time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do, fighting till the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. This could be the day I die for you. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's mine to choose. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die for you. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer. Sacrificing everything I knew. This could be the day I die.
Alrighty, what's up everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We are gonna get right into
This is looking very promising for GE. This could be the
our
first time they're properly going through
last chance to make playoffs.
A lot of roster changes even this year, and this could be it.
I mean, it's simple for Global Esports. Win and you are in the playoffs. Lose and you are going home. I mean, at least they get to control their own destiny.
Winning
That's
in,
what they'll be
lose
leaning on
and
today.
out.
They know that they have that opportunity
This
in the future.
this
But I've been in
game
this situation before.
was,
I've been there with Global Esports.
Yeah.
And
frankly put,
this is not a
this
small
game
amount of
was a
pressure. There's
disaster.
lot to deal with for these players, and
This game was
they
a
have to perform.
disaster,
One bad day
and
it's all over today.
Yeah,
I kind of want to go back and watch it just to re-feel the pain, make sure I never feel like this again, and also just kind of re-diagnose the problems
Such high stakes for this Global Esports
to
roster,
learn from
but
it a
I think
little
they're
bit.
prepared. I think they're good. I like how this veto looks for them. They have everything they need to win today, and in my mind, the onus is on Nongshim really to put a stop to them.
I can't take him to the elevator with this little floaty there.
Yeah, he's trying to elevate himself in the water.
I'm trying to tell him how serious this is.
I know, we're trying to be serious about the stakes, so they're just covered in water balloons.
So,
and little beach
as
balls.
usual, let's give a
The
little
friends
context to the
blow
game.
out his back.
You can see the map pool here. You can see we've got one of our better maps. We've got a map that we didn't look great on, and then we're deciding on a map that we feel good about because we're starting on defense.
But Corona is going to be the
Now,
first
I will
map,
say,
and this is really interesting. Both of these teams have been found success on Corona.
kind of as I was talking about,
Nongshim.
as I was talking about at the end of the last stream, the Gen G, yeah, the walkout, they made us. This was like to promote the Blastex Splash bundle or whatever it was called. Basically, Ooh, actually, let me pause here on this frame for a second. The Blastex Splash bundle, we had to promote this by walking out with like weird summer summer stuff. Pool attire. Okay, so right here, this is not an excuse, but I just want to circle ban for a second. So actually, let me. Oh my god, there's a lot of context that goes into this game. So basically, we lose to Gen G, and it's very obvious that we lose some motivation, which is crazy because we have this game in front of us. If we win, we go to playoffs. If we lose, our season is over. So we should not be losing motivation, but we definitely, you could just kind of feel that the team was like not in a good place during practice. I think we played 21 scrims in the week between Gen G and Nongshim, and we won 7 of them. It was probably the worst week of scrims that we had the entire year. I'd made it a point for the entire stage 2 to schedule scrims exclusively against teams that were giving us problems. Because I think in stage 1, when I was not in charge of scheduling scrims for most of the year, like kickoff in stage 1, I think we had a bunch of teams that were not very good that we were scrimming, and it was inflating our results and our expectations on certain maps and not exposing a lot of the problems. And so I wanted to avoid that in stage 2. And so I was very consciously choosing only teams that we would have like a 50-50 win rate in scrims or worse. And so I was like really pushing the boys. Like every single day in scrims, the scrims are going to be hard. Every single day you're going to have to try to beat teams that are maybe better than you. And so like our scrim win rates and stuff were lower than in stage 1, but we were definitely playing better teams consistently. And if we would start kind of owning a team, if we would start just like destroying a team consistently, I would blacklist them and then replace them with another team that was hard to play against. So basically the entire year and the entire stage 2 was just like kind of like a relentless grind against these hard teams. And this week we started off, I think we literally went like 1-9 or 1-10 to open the week as far as scrims. And obviously winning scrims is not that important, but you do want to be doing well. And we were losing scrim after scrim after scrim after scrim. So I at the end of the week I scheduled some easier teams just to get us a little bit of confidence, because it like we were starting to have problems in the team. Like we were not getting along. We were losing confidence on a lot of our comps. You're going to see that we've switched our corrode comp. And the reason that we switched our corrode comp is basically everybody's kind of like lost faith in the comp that we had started with. I was getting a lot of pushback from a lot of people. You know, I was getting pushback from other coaches, from players, from management. Why aren't you playing Viper on corrode? Like, don't you think we should potentially be playing other comps? And so I kind of caved to that pressure and allowed us, instead of trying to like game plan with the comp that we knew well and were playing well with, I just kind of like accepted, you know what, maybe this comp was like sort of a one and done. We got away with 2 wins, got exposed a little bit. Like, let's just go to the meta. So we switched comps. Now, the problem with switching comps on corrode is that we had to really like shift our roles around. So you're going to see once the map comes up here that we are playing Raze. So the only agent that's the same now is the Raze. The only agent that's the same from our previous comp is the Raze. And we've shifted Yeoman from Sage to Vice. We've shifted Crystal from Fade to Sova. We've shifted Ban to Clove and Poppy to Viper. Now, to talk a little bit about more why some of these things have happened, Vice was obviously just very strong. So this change I didn't particularly mind. I was actually kind of considering playing the old comp, the Double Duelist ISO Raze, but just shifting the Vice instead of the Sage. That was one thing we considered, but we ended up just not doing it because everybody was just asking to play the Viper on this map, which honestly, I'm really fucking mad that we did this because I've been on record since the very beginning of Corrode coming out. I think Viper is overrated on this map. I think Viper is good because Viper is a good agent, but I don't think that Viper is like the best agent you can play on this map. It obviously does certain things well, but I think it is like, I think people just like de facto thought like, hey, you know, Viper, everybody's playing Viper. Why aren't we playing Viper? So we ended up playing Viper. Another thing is that we, you know, you would think that, okay, well, we should play Viper Omen, and probably that would be like Poppy on Omen and Ban on Viper, because this is sort of like fitting their roles. The problem with that is we were also kind of feeling like Poppy was maybe feeling a bit too much pressure on some of these like util heavy smokers at times, like Astra and Omen. He was kind of getting caught with utility out too much, and so I decided that I wanted Poppy to kind of play like a sentinel against Nongshim, where he could basically just focus on shooting. And Viper is very easy to just focus on shooting because, right, you can just like click your wall up and down, click your orb. You don't really have to think about your utility. You just shoot people. And obviously you do have to like do like gas management and stuff like that. But Poppy's best agent statistically in his career is Viper. So we just decided to put him on Viper on like as many maps as possible going into this week. And then the unfortunate thing is that Ban can't really play Omen. Like, he can play Omen, but it's not really like tier 1 Omen level just because he hasn't played Omen in a couple of years. It's not really his wheelhouse. He plays a lot of Clove and Ranked though. And also on top of that, we really realized like at this point in our team that we had too many people baiting Udaton. So Udaton would go in and then he would be through the choke point and then nobody else would go in unless it was Ban. And so the maps where we didn't have Ban and Udotan going in together were the maps that we were really struggling on attack. Obviously, Omen can go in, but again, Omen was kind of like off the table. So we sort of went to a situation where we kind of put Poppy in like a Sentinel, simple util agent. We put Ban as like the entry on Clove because like entering on Clove is fine. Udotan obviously just plays Duelist. And then we played Fade and Sova, and we felt like we needed the drone potentially against operators better than the Fade util. Crystal was pretty adamant that he was more comfortable in Fade, but we kind of convinced him to play Sova, and it went relatively well during scrims, so we went with the Sova. So anyway, basically what ended up happening is like we totally shifted our comp. I think we played this comp like maybe 3 times. We won most of them, and so we just went with it. We had also shifted our bind comp from the Sky to a Fade, so Fade Deadlock with Crystal playing the Fade instead of the Deadlock and Yeoman playing the Deadlock. And yeah, so there was basically just a lot of chaos. There was a lot of chaos in the week between Gen G and Nongshim because everybody was feeling the pressure. We all knew that it was like, you know, this is our last chance, so we kind of need to shake things up a little bit. So, like I said, I'm a little bit pissed that we switched our comps. I think we probably could have game planned to fix the issues with our Corrode comp. And there was, you know, just like, I don't know, the mood in the team was not good. Like we were definitely like not in a good place mentally going into this match. And then on top of that, I will say, I was circling Ban at the beginning of the game. He was bent over during the huddle. When we went into this match, Ban woke up and like couldn't walk. Like his back was like super fucked up. Like his low back, he literally like was just like lying on the floor. Like 3 minutes before we came on stage, he was literally just lying on the floor with his feet up on a chair because he actually couldn't move. And you know, I don't want to like give any excuses, but the reality is that this is probably the worst game that he played, and he was pretty fucked up during this game. We gave him, you know, like some like pain medicine, and he was just like, he was pretty out of it. But you know, obviously he gave his best during the game. But yeah, the vibe going into this game was like a little weird. We were definitely not in the best place going into this game.
That's
pure,
for sure.
This is pure Senti from Yeoman. I don't think I've seen him play an agent like a Vice yet. And for Ban, I can see that working actually. He was just playing ISO, being disrespectful, peeking into people. You can play Clove like that and take over the game. That's going to be Ban in aggression mode.
Man, this is wild. You bring out this comp in a make or break game.
You saw a video summary of Talon Disaster. Sad that I got caught in the crossfire. Yeah, the whole timing thing definitely fucked me over, but it is what it is.
Nongshim, as we send it to our casters in their best beach wear. It's Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we go. Another day.
Okay, so let's get into
Esports.
Nongshim's a much more.
Let's get into the game. Obviously, it kind of changes how we're playing the game, but we had a decent game plan. We knew how these guys were going to play. We knew they were going to play aggressive. We knew they were going to hit sites.
They're like, okay, we're going to throw something quite a bit different at you. A lot of different flavors to this. I mean, I think especially with Yeoman not being on the Sage, that's kind of an interesting choice, but it seems like more teams are leaning into the Vice as time goes on. I think Sage is perfectly fine. Got a little bit of a push out here towards B main. There is the toxic screen in front for Poppy. He's already doing a little bit of damage, but gets forced back. Oh, Crystal got the angle.
This was good.
Nice covering fire.
Good opening pistol. Okay, so we get the first 2 kills. We do a bunch of damage to them. We should win this round 100% of the time. What's up, Beam? I'm doing all right. How are you? We should never lose this round. We do have to deal with this deadlock wall. I think the Ban probably should be hacking this with a knife if he's not doing it already.
Some nice covering fire, and Francis actually just ends up kind of strafing into that one there. Persia able to find one as Poppy does get taken down.
Poppy gets caught.
Crystal lingering here just within the smoke. Spike going to be recovered by Ivy.
And then we're just very... This to me just really shows that we are cooked. Like, they've been on site, deep on site for at least 10 seconds, and we're still just like slow clearing middle. Obviously, we want to be careful because we haven't seen the lurk. We don't know where RB is, but at the same time,
the players here from
this is so slow.
Kind of in tatters, but that's a hell of a shot from Persia.
We don't help Crystal. We don't break the wall.
Brings it back to parity.
That's a big one, especially since you still have the deadlock.
This is not a
wall
good
for
sign
a little
to
bit
start.
longer. So that's going to kind of simplify your defense here, and even adding an extra sonic sensor to the layer.
Pain shell available here from Mutaton, obviously just now getting ready to be in the action, and if that lands on top of Persia or RB, they're pretty much instantly going to be goners. Net at the ready, Ivy sending it, managing to get grab on the 2. He himself, though, stunned up there for the moment, looks to reroute. Pain shell going to be sent, RB swinging, spotting, nothing's bite. Going to end up being a little bit wide as Ban, eating a headshot, and Persia able to collect a 3rd kill.
What's up, Spin? How are you?
The other getting hounded down the time. Just playing the clock against them. Yeoman is able to find that elimination, but this is not really going to be able to have this one.
We literally just lose the time because we're so slow. I don't know. Like, again, right off the bat, I could just tell that this game was going to be bad.
Really clean here.
The vibe going into the game, the energy at the start of the map, the fact that we're super slow to react, you could just tell this was going to be a bad series for us.
Here, question is I'm going to get much time with it, especially with this neon. You know, Nongshim will happily turn up the tempo, although it is Francis calling the shots again, in case you missed it earlier.
Anti-eco, our theory anti-eco wise on this map was generally just wanted to stack something. We really like the mid-fight stack. We had a lot of success with this, so
Francis is back
we're
on the IGL
essentially just going to collapse off of anybody's contact.
Back over to that Viper. I think it makes a little bit of
5-person fight middle.
Just kind of let these players, you know, do what maybe comes.
We got a
more
funky
naturally
wall
to them,
here to slow them down.
The IGL for a long time.
A wall to stop the wrap in from us here. So
in the right spot.
basically full commitment to
Doesn't
middle
matter.
fight.
Well, who's able to strike first? And the answer is Persia. So that's Ban on the floor. Sheriff going to be scooped up. Natan puts it to damn good use. That's a belter of a shot there. Downbeat scaling forward, however, knows that he's got these players stunned up and quickly collects 2 kills. Looks for a little bit more. Won't get shut down. Does this mean that Nongshim needs
Decent
to start slowing the
damage,
roll
but
a little bit here so they don't suffer any additional
we had them in a
losses?
good spot. I feel like
As
if we
far as
just
the
fought a little
weaponry
bit
is
more together,
concerned.
maybe this goes better.
Peek out. And that goes in hand. Ivy able to find one.
But it's not the worst eco round I've ever watched.
Yeoman just going to try to see if he can get the right clicks in.
Easy clear for the Neon.
Why is Persia looking for team?
Natan hitting
I mean, I
Nico,
think
but
Nongshim just thought
the
that they
setup.
would probably be better building for the future with X-Ross because he's really good and young. And yeah, I don't know. There's just not a lot of spots on the Korean teams for Persia to go to, even though he's a good player. Okay, so first gun round, very important. We've got our, 2 Thorns, stop the main chokes. We've got our double duelist playing for Link. We can combo the metal and the nade, except we don't have metal this round. And then we've got Crystal with the Odin. I'm not the biggest fan of Odin spamming middle. I kind of prefer Odin spamming like the mains more often than not, but generally Crystal is a pretty good read of where he's supposed to be here.
for those last couple kills. Doing a great job there, knowing that he's weak and ooh, that hurts.
Bit of damage on the RB, puts him down to 75. As Prowler chasing forward, Downbeat trying to scale here. Ban able to find 1, finds 2. Holding the line here at Yard, finds himself a 3rd.
And we definitely seen this fast hit from them a bunch of times. I think actually when we VOD reviewed them, they were playing the Sova instead of the Fade, so it was a little bit different. But they had like a big tell with if there was a recon that landed on this corner, it was like always going to be an A split. But we'd kind of like game planned how to deal with the A split pretty well, so we handled this
He's weak and
quite nicely to start.
ooh, that hurts.
Oh yeah, another one of the tells was paranoia comes through here. It's always an A split.
Downbeat trying to scale here. Ban able to find 1, finds 2. Holding the line here at Yard, finds himself a 3rd, gets the reset as well as Francis going to be forced back away. The Stinger eventually will collect 1.
Solid round from
Bradley's
Ban.
Persia now all alone.
And we get the info on
Slowly
the last
trying
guy.
to creep his way across. And ultimately, this is looking to be a very solid anti-bonus here for GE.
Well, Ban is so good. I mean, whether he's on the ISO or the Clove, he has been instrumental in a lot of GE success here in Stage 2. He can really frag out. Love the way that they're leaning into his natural ability. Smoke comes down, so just break through. Easy money.
And nice. Okay.
Trying to
So
make a
honestly,
chin down the
good
map.
round.
Some
Like
of
we
these-
expected the fast stuff. They gave us the fast stuff, and we dealt with it just fine. All right. This time we shift Crystal over to B with the Odin, and we're a little bit weaker in Link, but we still have 2 people to fight middle.
Pilot that agent because one of the things I'm
GC watch party. I didn't apply or get approved to be an official watch party. I probably could still do it, but it also starts at like 1 a.m. my time, so it's kind of like the worst possible time for me to watch the games.
worried about for GE is not having that vulnerable to clear some of these tight angles, so you have to really be sharp with your reads, with making sure that you're checking every corner, every cubby. Once again, you've got Domby tucked in underneath mid-top. Smoke there in Francis's face, and
So one thing I will say, going back to something I noted yesterday, or maybe a couple days ago, I really like the Raze in middle just because you can like boombot this if you have a good boombot lineup, which we do have, but I feel like it would make more sense for the Clove to be playing Link and for the Raze to be playing top middle just to be able to counter the insert here, but we can also drone him out, I suppose.
does a little bit of spray through, but this is nice for Nongshim. They've got good mid control here, so they can kind of figure out how they want to pivot off the back of this.
Take flight.
Now you're going to know that Crystal is going to be up here with that Odin.
Right here.
And do you try to challenge that?
Love that ping though from Crystal.
Yeah, should be very
Obviously,
obvious
Ban
that
is
there's
just gonna be
somebody
a
here
forward face
in
for
middle.
Francis to keep the position of Downbeat disguised here for the moment. Is reading it very well.
Right now, we're in a pretty good spot. I'm not entirely sure why Ban is floating to B. I feel like we really should just be holding this mid space. I don't know why he's going like this, because he's not going to be able to help A now with his smokes.
Cut in towards Yard. Still that sheer wall and Thorns set up here to try to slow down the approach from RB.
Also, for whatever reason, like we just, I don't know why we're not nading. I guess Yudo likes to fall back and use his nade for this choke. I would prefer if we would just nade this. And something that we did talk about is like when to use the raise nade, but I don't know if it's just like a interpretation by him or he didn't totally understand what I wanted him to do defensively here.
Set up here to try to slow down the approach from RB.
But I feel like the raise nade in this choke is specifically good and one of the main reasons I wanted to play raise on this map.
Fighting to the corner, Pinshell gonna go flying out, and Yotan maybe.
Oh god, those were huge kills that we needed.
Fighting to the corner, Pinshell gonna go.
Yeah, so his paint shell usage is for the second choke, which I guess I also don't mind. I do feel like maybe it's better to use it here though, personally.
Maybe catching a glimpse right before.
Why'd I change the corrode cop? Literally just go back 5 minutes. I explained it. I'm not going to talk about it again.
The paranoia had connected. Does manage to come away with one, but Persia quickly trades it back.
Rewind the stream 5 minutes and you'll get the information.
Already the full forces of Global Esports encroaching here on this position. Haunt reveal onto Crystal. Able to really put that Odin to use here from this position. Need to try to continue to scale out of backside.
Yeah, that whiff from Yeoman was a big
shock darts.
Big miss.
Still the approach coming in. Deep flank from Poppy, just getting ready to arrive, but Francis is watching the angle here for.
What happened here with Crystal?
Couple shock darts lobbed in. Still the approach.
Okay, I don't really know why Ban is baiting Crystal. I feel like Ban should be swinging, or they should be swinging together for sure.
Flank from Poppy, just getting ready to arrive, but Francis is watching the angle here for now. They need an attention pull. Try to drag these eyes away from that spot. There's a swing in. There's the kill. Tap of the defuse, but widely Nongshim have this one.
Seem very hesitant to do stuff. The swings are bad. Coordination, it looks bad. Yeah, comms look very rough. Teamwork looks very poor right now on our team.
Crumbles piece by piece. Also, credit to Persia, just permanently.
Okay, we go back to the anti-fast round setup that we had.
In towards mid stairs, watching that. I'm be in trouble if he keeps going.
Ooh, trying to go
we're in a good
slide.
spot. Pays off again.
Shrugs that one off. It's a shutdown there. Yuta's on the one eating all of the damage. Showstopper online, but obviously a little less enthused about committing it when you're very likely to get sniped out of the sky. Spawn of the Poppy, RB. Managing to force him back, but.
Okay, I feel like, I don't know if Poppy's out of juice or what, but seems like we should probably just be walling up and calling for a Thorns here. I'm not really sure what we're doing.
You're really close to a couple ults for your...
RB just walks in. We don't comm that this is possible.
I don't think that they read this at all.
I literally have no idea what's going on in the comms right now. Like, why didn't we smoke up there? Did we run out of gas?
Showstopper online.
Maybe we juiced this to 0 so we had no gas for a wall. If that's the case, then we definitely need to be calling for Thorns to be used here.
But obviously,
still feel like the Omen would be better. I agree, but we literally couldn't play Omen. This is what I'm telling you, is we didn't have access to Omen. Omen was not playable because we didn't have an Omen player if we wanted to play Poppy on Viper, which is what we wanted to do. We were having some very serious fucking problems at this point in our team. As far as like the roles, the overlap of certain players, like it was not a good situation. We were actually, this is us, okay? Let me explain what this team is right now. Here's a boat, right? This is the GE boat. Let me do it this way. Oh. GE. This is our ship. These are our players, right? And this is the playoffs over here. We're trying to sail to playoffs. Oh, boom, there's a cannon. Cannon, one hole. Okay, we patched the hole. Oh, shit, there's another cannon. Boom, another hole. Oh, shit, there's another hole. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're bailing water. We're trying to patch the boat. Oh, there's another cannon. Boom. Okay, the boat's sinking. This is literally what was happening to the team at the moment.
A little less enthused about committing it when you're very likely to get sniped out of the sky. Spawn of the Poppy, RB. Managing to force him back, but can't flush him out.
Essentially, the idea at this point was like, let's just try to get into playoffs, and then we can fix some more problems.
Really close to a couple ults for
Nongshim scouted.
Yeah.
He's gotten in, and I don't think that they read this at all.
But yeah, our shit was not good right now.
Yeah, he's able to strike, finds one, gets a respawn here onto the enemy Viper, faces in, Yudotan, lucky to come away alive. Continues to bound forward, Poppy holding his own, takes down Persia. Net gonna be removed, and Poppy, quick.
Good hold by Poppy, though.
Finds Ivy as well. And it felt like they had one hand. The space opened up there by RB being...
Okay.
You know, the paranoia to try to tall there.
We shoot our way out of problems, which is one of our best solutions. Okay, we've got Raise Rocket. They're on a gun round. I want to be looking for an opportunity to use this rocket.
Right out of the grab net. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from him. Now you have a Nightfall. You're one away from an Annihilation as well for Ivy. Dom B one away from his ult. Persia just a Sheriff. So the economy wobbly for Nongshim. Really like to get this round. Get yourselves back into that economic.
Super early drone in middle.
Here we go.
Tried to try to delay. Domby already in ahead of that one, but a good amount of damage going to be suffered. The wall quickly broken down.
Okay, Poppy doing a pretty good job buying time, delaying here. The Thorn timing was good.
Push around the corner. Poppy going to be good for one, but Francis finding two, finding three.
We're flooding in. Ban ults, but we have no help.
Has to backpedal away. Manages to get around the corner. Some more damage suffered.
He kind of just has to go on his own.
Seems like we're just going to pendulum swing these rounds once again. Still
we do have Showstopper. Could potentially pop it off the tap here.
Can just try to send this Showstopper off the plant, but
okay, there we go.
Through, lobs it in, finds Francis,
goes a little late with it, but still works.
Annihilation available. Swing onto the corner.
We kill the Annihilation.
Now RB needs to clutch
2v1.
The push finds the first. Plays back.
And now Yudotan against his hero. RB is literally Yudotan's favorite player.
Waiting for the tap. Yudotan on the hunt and taken down.
We'll lose the 1v1.
Red Bull clutch is found. RB manages
So
to bail them out.
they get away with a round that we probably should be winning.
Really nice. That angle.
And we use our Showstopper. Our money is okay, but this is going to be our last buy. They saved their economy, which would have been broken. So that round was absolutely massive.
Now
absolutely massive
more
round.
Big ults and a judge for Domby. Got Ivy's. You could really do something creative here in this round. You have Persia's ult. You know, obviously they're still gonna think about trying to tempt fate here at B, and they're just gonna send Domby in.
Overdrive now gonna be popped. So
okay, I want to go back to look at this. We've got 3 people A. I guess, again, potentially expecting a fast A hit. But it looks like they've sort of determined B's the weak spot, which they're correct.
Obviously, they're still going to think about...
We do have Vice ult for retake as well.
Here at B, and they're just going to send Domby in.
Overdrive now going to be popped. So they're trying to fish. The Odin spam starting to come through. Crystal has to play back around that corner. Overdrive. Going to be...
I mean, Poppy does all right to get one. I feel like he's like maybe too committed playing this spot because he has no help. Kind of would like to see him play from back here so at least he can fall out. But he's opting to play the off angle against the Neon, which is pretty dangerous.
Starting to come through. Crystal has to play back around that corner. Overdrive. Going to be shut down. Poppy
good trade. I mean, it's good scaling by Nongshim as well. Have to give them some credit.
Wall again being broken. The barrier mesh gone.
And we are extremely paranoid about the RB lurk. So we're kind of late to get here. And now we do what, in my opinion, is sort of like the cardinal sin of this map, which is if you try to retake B and you have only players coming through B link, you are going to lose the retake like probably 100% of the time. It's basically impossible to retake if everybody comes from this direction. So we're in a 4v4. This is totally winnable, but we send all of our players through B link, which is just completely trolling.
The only real access point for Global Esports is going to be through this connector, out through mid.
Oh. That sees.
They just try to take the weapons away here. Hit, however, raised in response from Nongshim. There's the stuns coming through. Annihilation now going to be sent in. Gets the pull. Yudotan going to be dragged here to his demise as Ivy gets himself a 3K.
And we just
as the raise does fall.
Lose the ults, lose the crossfires, kind of as expected. Gonna break our econ.
With the ultimates, you know, they throw the seal
call a timeout because we're in trouble.
A seize to buy a little bit of extra time.
The mood is not great. The energy's kind of bad. People are a little depressed.
It's I'm looking at the map, when I'm looking from elbow, that much about it. It's not like
And one thing that's also kind of important to note is when I was talking about changing comps, right? We switched from our double duelist comp to this one. We went from winning like 7 or 8 rounds consistently on attack with the double duelist comp to winning like 7 or 8 rounds consistently on defense. So the fact that we're down 5-2 on defense is really not good, because our attack was significantly worse with this comp. Our defense was significantly better. And so losing on defense is a huge issue here.
Nongshim's just went too fast. I mean, once Domby's in, it's really tough to do anything about it because they're playing so well for the trade. Francis in particular has been right at his heels. And even though Domby isn't lighting up the scoreboard, he's doing a great job entering for this team.
Double swing in, that's a headshot found. Crystal down to 42. Quick back pedal away from Ivy is able to identify Yuzan here around the corner. There's no escaping that. Hunter's Fury still going to be committed here from Crystal to try to find some.
This is another thing, like, I don't know what the deal is. I feel like we talked about this so many times in practice and VOD review, but if you're gonna double link, you gotta play like this. You gotta be like Rooster in here, or even just doubled in Rooster. I feel like we just never really understood, like, either play here or don't play like double and link. Ban on Clove, what was the idea? Go back to the beginning of the stream and watch.
That's a headshot found. Crystal down to 42.
I explained everything before the map started.
Is able to identify Yuzan here around the corner. There's no escaping that. Hunter's Fury still going to be committed here from Crystal to try to find something. Ban will find a headshot on the RB, but that's about it. Otherwise, the ults.
Yep, just getting steamrolled. Obviously, this is a gun diff round.
But he's doing such a good job on the entries, and they were following up.
We pick up the operator as a way to maybe counter some of their contact stuff.
Gets it done with the fragging. Just breaking things open, and it's this mid.
Put the op on B. We move the Clove over to B link. We double Sentinel, essentially. Sentinel, counting Viper's Sentinel for A, just to give them a different look.
That GE can't really seem to find answers for. You know, you add the Clove in for maybe an extra layer of smoke.
Oh yeah, this fucking round. This is a Viper ult that we workshopped. One of my main problems with Viper on this map is that there's like no good Viper pits. So if you pit here, it doesn't really do much because they can just come behind you. It also doesn't cover very much. If you pit here, there's like almost no space to play. Even if you do like a pit that gives you space to play in the site, the pit is going to lose coverage and you're going to end up with a pit that's kind of like this, and people can just like walk through and play on the other side of it with no decay. So I think the B main pit is bad. I think the A main pit is pretty bad too. So we came up with this pit that's right here because Link, I think, is one of the more important spots to control for the defense. So this pit is actually kind of nice because they have to walk through like so much pit to actually get to the player. The only problem here is that we have a lineup for this. Matt and I made this pit, and Matt found a lineup that gives you consistent space to play here. But we slightly fucked up the pit, and then Poppy is going to be just a little bit outside of the pit. And it's going to lose us the round.
To try to just shut this avenue of attack down. Really try to force them into the other sides of the map. You know, Crystal's got this Odin. You got 2 players pushed out B main. So this is good macro from Global Esports.
Our B control is good. Our mid control is good. Our A control is good.
These fights outside of lobby.
Slow creep back here.
And Poppy's ass is hanging out of the back of the pit. And I don't know why he's playing so far back. I don't know why he's playing in this corner when he's got this space to play. He could be playing anywhere here, but he's playing super, super far back. I guess maybe because he's afraid of the neon. And his ass cheek is just sticking out, so RB can see him when he lurks up like this. It's a really, really unfortunate way to lose the round.
Push forward as well here from Ban, about to find a timing.
Also, this push is ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck Ban is doing here. I feel like He's probably just trying to make a play because we've lost a player over here. He definitely would not do this if Poppy was still alive. The correct thing that he should be doing is tucking here and baiting off of Uditon's contact. Pushing this deep into spawn is usually trolling from the defense. And we are basically just throwing around that we had played perfectly macro-wise.
It's all just whips. Kill immediately found. There's paranoid.
Because remember, we just bought the operator. This is our first op round, and we have just thrown the round.
It's the connection there.
So we have just ruined our economy.
Into the smoke. Now dead as he
We've wasted our first op buy. We've wasted a Viper's Pit. And a round that we absolutely had to win to come back into this map, we've literally just given away for no reason.
With RB having
So,
the read on
very, very annoying to watch.
Outside of it.
We'll go to the replay. You guys can see what RB sees and why Poppy dies here. Yeah, he just sees his foot sticking out of the back of the pit.
Vice wall is often put up.
Right there. Sees the Viper. Super, super fucking bad way to lose the round.
Oh.
Makes me so mad.
Little bit.
And I mean, just bad not reading that.
And there's no alts that are going to be online, so this is going to be kind of dealer's choice here for Nongshim.
Okay, heavy fight middle.
How they want to approach this.
We get spammed, because of course we do.
Yeah, I mean, Ban had also gotten similarly clipped. Now he's dead. RB just finding him out from A main.
RB has found a gap where he's just walking through A. He wins 2 1v1s. And I would say the map is basically over at this point.
Potentially a little bit more awkward given that they have the.
It definitely should not be 7-2.
And a recovered bulldog.
It's about to be 8-2.
Of course, comes through from the shadows.
Like I said, the mood coming into this game was already bad. So just imagine how the players are feeling right now. It's not good. I'll tell you that.
And there they go. Both are. And okay, makes up for the opening shot.
All right.
That was
8-2. Let's see the duels from RB.
Playing this angle
What
with a lot of
the fuck?
different things, but finding ways around the stall utility. RB playing this angle
That's how he kills him?
with a lot of different things, but finding ways around the stall utility. RB playing this angle again.
Oh.
Man, oh man.
I mean, he was low HP, but that was still that's some nasty stuff.
That was.
Okay.
I mean, from the showstopper, from the Cobalt, I mean, Domby just able to take that for free. Grab net there as well.
Does get the hit, but quickly removed. The double push forward there. Crystal quick to reply.
Somehow we're unaware that somebody can be in this corner, even though they keep putting somebody in this corner.
It's the 1-for-1 exchange. And immediately, it's just going to be a cut of the noise and a creep back over here towards B. But Crystal's there to try to reinforce this. Seems like Nongshim's still trying to assess this as Persia makes a bit of noise in that prowler. Surprise! Francis, take it down.
You're pretty convinced these mistakes happen because of the mood problem? Yeah, I mean, so much of this game is just like, you see so many fucking people just play like complete gods because they're confident and they're having a good time playing the game. And if you don't have fun playing this game, the thing that I've always thought about is like, Valorant is inherently a hilarious game. There's so many funny things that can happen in this game because of all the agents and the weird stuff and the movement and the abilities. So the game is actually really funny. But when you're trying super hard to win, the funny stuff becomes the annoying and the tilting stuff. And yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. Like, yeah, I mean, you're definitely right, Spin. Like, the constant focus on, you know, you're doing this wrong, and obviously you're not necessarily saying that in practice. It's not like you fucking suck at the game, you're fucking up in these ways. You're giving like constructive feedback, but always focusing on mistakes definitely does have like a negative feedback loop at some point. Especially I think it's probably even more important to do what you're talking about, like take the pressure off when you're in one of those situations where like the pressure has been mounting all year and the results are not good. And so like adding more, but then it's like, the thing is, it's also kind of hard because some people like tend to thrive when you doubt them, right? People get angry when you doubt them. And so sometimes they'll bounce back if you challenge them. But it really just depends. You have to like read the room, read the players that you have, treat individual players differently. But yeah, I mean, kind of like what I was saying, you might not have been here when I was talking about it, but I put these guys through the fucking ringer, like scrim wise. Like I was constantly giving them scrim partners that were challenging. We had like 0 easy scrims for the entire stage. And then at the very end, I gave them some easier scrims because we were clearly like not having a good time playing the game. And so, yeah, it's definitely like the balancing act of like providing feedback and also trying to improve and, you know, fix the mistakes that are clearly losing you games that need to be fixed without making it feel like too bad and like focusing too much on just like the negative shit. Yeah, it's just, it's like, this is why coaching is so hard, because like I think people look at coaching and they're like, oh, well, you just make a strat, right? You make a strat, you give the strat to the team runs the strat, it either works or it doesn't work. And that's like, the strat like doesn't matter. like most of the time the strats don't matter. I would say like strats matter when you have like a really top tier team against another really top tier team. But if you're just kind of like in the trenches, basically the only thing that matters is whether you are enjoying the game, playing the game together. I think that's kind of what I've found. Like the most success I've ever seen in teams is when they are just like laughing, having a good time. And so like, you know, if you're in the grand finals of champions and you're playing Fnatic, that's when maybe like strats matter. But if you're playing like a week 2 game against a team who's, you know, also fighting for playoffs, something like that, the only thing that matters is whether you guys are going to enjoy playing the game together.
Spot out onto the head and somehow kill not go.
Does performance coach help? I mean, it can, but the main problem is that most performance coaches in esports are total frauds. I'm just going to be honest. I think that most performance coaches have no fucking idea what's going on. You know, they might have like a psychology degree, or maybe they've like read some books about sports psychology or whatever. But the vast majority of performance coaches have like a lot of like theoretical stuff that is completely not applicable to players. You got to understand that most of these players are like, you know, 18 to 23. They are generally fairly introverted, hence why they play video games. And also, they tend to respect mechanical skill above everything else. So if you are talking to, you know, an 18-year-old kid who only cares about aim and like anime, about, well, you know, you need to manage your breathing and you need to like frame things in positive self-talk, like that shit does not work. I'm telling you right now. I remember what it was like being an 18-year-old competitor. I know what it's like being in these situations. And if some fucking goon with like a PhD in psychology is telling me that I need to breathe more and just be happy and I'll play better, that shit is not working. I'm telling you right now. So like the sports psychology has a place, but most performance coaches who come into esports talking about like, you know, psychology and stuff like that to the players, it doesn't work. It's fine for you to have that knowledge for yourself. And you can use stuff that like apply, like for example, I've read a lot of psychology and sports psychology books. And when I use that stuff with players, I'm not like, hey man, you know, like what's actually happening here is your brain is at like an elevated state of arousal because of your, you know, adrenaline system. And so if you just need to, you know, breathe deeply because that is going to trick your brain into shutting down your parasympathetic nervous system. Like, no. the way to use that is just to like have that in your mind as like, this is what's happening to my player. And then you need to come up with like a normal solution, such as just like making them laugh, or something like that, you know? Anyway, let's get on with the fucking carnage.
Ivy at the same time is also not ready for this double layer.
Down B.
But Crystal keeps them in with a player advantage. Ever so narrowly.
Player standing.
Attempt the wide swing out. Crystal holds his own.
My ult is ready.
Grabs the orb.
But yeah, it always cracks me up when I see like some team lose and then everybody on like Reddit or VLR is like, oh, they need a performance coach. And I'm just like,
There's a world
that
here.
shit is not going to help this team. I promise you.
They're
Get
picking.
one and get it cleanly.
He's got to outduel Crystal. It's going to be a tough angle. Crystal so sharp there. Oh, now they're going to double down on it.
I think he just
30
made a
seconds left.
touch of noise there. Facing in. Oh my god, he finds the first one. Trade to the mollies. Around the paint shell. Is spotted there on the corner, but he's got to make a goal.
Danger.
He needs to start sprinting. Faces
Danger.
It's going to be there in front of him. Thorn's immediately going to be popped, and that should just about do it. As yeah.
I almost wanted to punch my monitor when I watched this round.
The Thorns will finish him off. Just didn't have the HP to try to survive, but
Players where you just
I mean, I think people will probably point to PRX spin as like the example of like, oh, they brought in Panda and then all of a sudden they became good again. But it's like Paper X is totally different, right? Paper X is a team that has been good for 2.5 years, kind of lost their way, made a roster move,
you've seen it too many times where he just makes
and
magic
also
happen,
brought in a
you're like,
performance
okay,
coach who reminded them to have fun. It's like Paper X is like a completely different
I
example.
everyone still remembers Haven Garage.
some smiles there for the side of GE. I think one of the concerning things for me now is you're letting GE get back into this ult cycle maybe a little bit here in this round, depending on how things go. Tomby with an op.
The slow creep. Ban spotted. Clipped. Not killed, however. Is now the Annihilation going to be lobbed in. That
I don't totally understand what we're doing here.
Depending on how things go. Tomby with an op.
I feel like it makes no sense for both of these people to be gun out. Like, surely we should have some counter util for this spot. Just tuck with a nade or tuck with the metal. One person shoots, util, come out, re-peek. I don't know.
The slow creep.
Maybe I'm too
Ban
utility
spotted.
pilled.
Clipped. Not killed, however. Is now the Annihilation going to be lobbed in. That does get the pull. Crystal at the same time. Hunter Sphere going to be let loose. Yeoman finding RB. Gets rid of the lurk.
Good ult from Crystal.
That
Good
is a player
response. Good pick of
advantage.
RB
Okay,
on the
there you go.
lurk from
Time's out.
Yeoman. Now we're trying to flush this guy out of middle.
Peek in though, Persia.
It's not
Similarly,
very well
lurking on
done.
this side of the map ends up catching them off guard.
And
Beautiful
again,
timing
we're
off that
retaking
nightfall.
through Link together,
That's
which
how player
is
advantage. Smoke across
not my
over towards
favorite.
Connector, but already pushed past this here at Global. It's gonna have to be heads on swivels as Francis ready to strike from above, but Crystal
great
reads
shot
it
from
well.
Crystal.
Tomby with the attempt. Shot goes wide. And now you've got two players playing very split, all ready to defuse the half. Crystal does not stick it now. Doesn't have the chance.
With Tomby. The timing there. One on site, one on.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree, Gobsy. I really do think there is a place for performance coaches in sports and competition. I think there are definitely some real examples where it does work. But I think you have to understand that, like, professional sports are, you know, they are young, but also when you're getting paid like $42 million to play, you know, let's say professional football or soccer or baseball or whatever, and your boss says you are using this guy to help you get better at the game, you're probably going to say, okay. When you're getting paid, you know, a few $1,000s a month and you're playing in video games and your performance coach is just like some other guy who's like your age or something like that, who maybe has a certification, maybe doesn't, like, the chances of you listening to them are essentially zero, like most of the time. And also, I think it really just depends on like how much the organizational structure of the team has made the importance of that person clear to the players. You know, if the management system is like, hey, you know, on this team, here's the hierarchy. Performance coach is here. This guy is specifically responsible for this, this, and this. Spells it out to the players, spells it out to the team. It's reinforced through, you know, consistent management being like, you know, you got to listen to this guy for this stuff. You have to have these meetings with them. Then maybe there's a better chance for it to work. But if it's just like some guy that comes in and like tries to motivate you,
and
that shit is totally
you know,
useless.
this comp, you know, GE was never running an Omen, but they had the ISO, so they at least had the vulnerable to maybe clear some angles. You don't have that anymore, and so the metal is a little bit tougher to get to land in those spots where you're going to want to displace players. So I'm a.
And for the record, like, we had a performance coach, and Sip, he's a great guy. Like, some of the stuff that he did was very useful. Like, he had some very useful things that he did with the players. But I did not want a performance coach on this team. I didn't want one, but I was the assistant coach at the time that we brought one in. And the reason I didn't want one is because I knew that I could already essentially do all the performance coach stuff. Just because, like, again, of all the things that I've just talked
big
about.
Concern. It's going to have to be really good usage of the clove smokes to, I think, get, you know, through.
There is nobody here to try to bail ban out of this. If they just relay bolt this corner, a double swing could be his undoing. Just now, reinforcements starting to swing.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to refocus. I'm done ranting about this shit. I
have a
want to
tip.
focus on this pistol. Okay, so our pistol here is go get the orb on our raise. Insert. We've got kind of a funky wall that MCE came up with. Insert the clove here, and then we can decide whether we want to just hit B or whether we want to come back and re-clear middle and then maybe split B after depositing somebody in B main.
Lock.
Yep.
So the plan here is to go
easy.
B, I think,
And in
100% of the
particular,
time, based
you
off
know,
this
this
wall.
comp, you know, GE was never running an Omen, but they had the ISO, so they at least had the vulnerable to maybe clear some angles. You don't have that anymore, and so the metal is a little bit tougher to get to land in those spots where you're going to want to displace players. So I'm a bit concerned. It's going to have to be really good usage of the clove smokes to, I think, get, you know, through.
There is nobody here to try to bail ban out of this. If they just relay bolt this corner, a double swing could be his undoing. Just now, reinforcements starting to swing around here from mid.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to try and split B.
Just waiting for contact. I don't think they've seen ban here yet.
Going all the way back to A. What the hell?
This is just hidden. I think he's just going to wait. Try to find a moment. Uses his smoke, though. That might give things away a bit. Actually gets caught by the paranoia on the way out.
And just narrowly managed to avoid taking any damage there from those shots. Love here for the moment. Quick peek out. Poppy, RB. Changing some bullets, and RB does get tagged up.
Okay, it looks like we're a little bit lost as to what we're supposed to be doing. We're coming back from A, back to middle.
Looks for a quick little reposition at the same time, though.
We're
Global
slow
getting ready
walking
to scale
everywhere.
forward
We got
massively
30
in
seconds
mid.
left. We haven't made a decision.
It's gonna be
Now
a
we're
cut across
splitting
now.
A.
In towards yard. It's Downbeat holding them back. The relay bolt,
Feel
the
like
resent, clear the blast pack.
This pistol
Push now
is
coming through.
totally
Doubling up on
fucked.
the
I don't
angle.
know what the
Downbeat
fuck we're doing.
collecting three. Francis
I don't think this pistol was supposed to be this complicated.
is very-
Because I would never design a pistol that has like 3 different fakes in it, because that seems totally
Stairs.
pointless to me.
With him, just controlling the map really nicely, and Global can't get these.
Okay, we force up the outlaw.
Starts that they need.
This is so aggressive.
RB is insane.
As target-rich environment, and RB gets so much damage.
Round B.
He almost kills 3 people.
Van Poppy
Great.
both down low,
And he saw the outlaw.
and Francis just, able to very quickly go ahead and shut him down here.
And to me, watching this, what I see is a team that only has
Okay, I was gonna
3
say,
days
Gilbert
of practice
needs a-
on this
he needs a
comp.
sheriff.
And
He was able
we
to
look
find one in the end.
like
Picks it
we're
up.
not sure how to
Fall
react to a lot of
combat, swing in.
situations.
Shot
So
gets the
again,
hit, but
I'm
Francis
just going to
gets
go
the
back
kill.
to questioning whether I should have listened to everybody and switched comps, or whether I should have just
Slide forward.
fixed the stuff with our other comp that we had been playing and having success with.
Stray bullet.
It is a absolutely brilliant.
Punch smoke. Just a better gun, I think.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on with our buy. Like, what the hell happened to our buy?
And
Buys the time for Persia to shift over there with him. 4-2 players in A-Link and just lock.
What is this from Crystal? What is this from Ban? What are we doing? I didn't even realize that we did this. Like, this is legitimately throwing the game. I mean, we're already fucked, but, like, what the fuck is this? Why are we buying Armor Sheriff and fucking our next round? Why don't we just buy full up and force if we're gonna do this? What the fuck are these guys doing?
Get down, end the round, basically. Just controlling the map really nicely, and Global can't get these starts that they need.
this is so aggressive.
Alright, we already know we lost this round, and we lost the next round because Crystal and Ban decided to troll our buy.
Just a better gun. I think he probably would have been able to collect a multitude of kills.
At least 3. But still, he gets so much
Which org am I joining next? After this review, I'm going to join the Insane Asylum.
info from it. He does a ton of damage.
I didn't think that reviewing these games was going to give me as much mental damage as it's been doing.
For GE. I mean, a couple stingers, a bulldog, the Guardian, Sheriff for Ban. But this Clove comp just not really coming to fruition for Global Esports so far. You're going to leave Yudotan on his own at A main.
It's actually
trying to sell a
fucked.
bit of a fake. That could actually work out pretty well. You've already got a heavy stack there for Nongshim. You've already got... Oh, and they're going to make a... Francis is already starting to rotate towards A-Link, though. They're like, well, we've got the deadlock util, bro. If you're going to try to sell a fake, we're going to start sliding a little bit.
RB, but at the ready, there's this. Oh, no,
Dude,
misses
legit,
the spot.
legitimate. What is that buy?
White down.
I'm
Holds them back. Domby sprinting around.
I'm
getting
like,
into position.
my
Now
brain
Smoke
is
maybe step
broken.
forward here. Yudotan able to find one though. Good kill to be scooped up, but Francis as a second layer is looking to try to flush him out. But now the pivot call ends up coming through. So they look to try to
That's
wrap
like
around.
literally-
Find one before getting taken down. The relay
that's like
now
some
gonna be locked in
bronze
for
level
30
econ
seconds. They
management.
need to make up their minds. They need to figure out where they're going to go. Now they do open up this A site a bit more. Weapons can be upgraded.
I am
Designing.
blown away at watching
Not
that.
have any sonic sensors in position.
I think we're
Try
gonna win
slow
this
them
round
down.
anyway, but like, what
As
the
a net
fuck?
available. Recon locked in. Ban.
What's
noting
my
the flank.
review and
RB
conclusion why GE
dead.
performed how they
IB
did?
slowly
I mean,
creeping
it's
forward, finds
the same
first.
thing that I've been talking about for the last 3
The approach
months.
from behind, getting ever closer.
We had way too
Finds
much
the net,
chaos in the
refaces.
team,
Ban
not enough
taken
consistency,
down. Ivy looking for the clutch to get them up to
and
map point.
our roster
Twins
construction
in.
was not particularly
Twins in.
good as far as like roles and vibes and team synergy.
He wins a big battle.
And then we
Controlled
lose the
it.
clutch, and then we lose the map.
And ugh.
Got him. Global Esports with that final timeout call. We'll send it. We'll see what comes of it.
They're just struggling to do much. I mean, this round looked winnable. He needs to get...
All right. Kuroda's
Until you
fucked.
get to post plants, and Nongshim's happy to just play map control and prevent you from
We'll
being
go
able to get those plants
Lotus.
down if
There's
possible.
still a chance on Lotus, right?
I mean, obviously Chobra's here.
Oh, actually, okay, this is sick. I will talk about this. So we call timeout. We're like trying to rally the troops, you know, just get us a few rounds. Like, just start with a couple of rounds. Take it one round at a time. Like, we can't give up now because we have to go like as hard as possible for playoffs. They've been playing pretty passive on defense. They're a very aggressive team. Be ready for some aggressive stuff. And then MCE jumped in at the very end and was like, hey, they do have this A main push that they have not shown to us yet on defense. So just be ready for that.
The Vice Flash, the arc grows. And the only, you got those Razor Vines from, but again, that's not going to matter too much until you get
Yes,
to post
Patel. Definitely
Nongshim's
just
happy to
give
just
up.
play map control and prevent you from
That's a
even
good
getting those plants down
attitude to
if
have as a
possible.
competitor.
Speaking of happy, I mean, obviously Chobra's here. So streaming in the venue as Domby does get struck down. And
Very
Francis
good
over
read
the ball.
by
Going to say, He looks
by
happier than he did
MCE
his
on
wedding
this.
day, so don't tell his missus, but that might be changing.
Good response by us. Then we just need to basically just go anywhere as 5.
Well, that's a
at
great
this
start.
point.
I mean, this round for Global Esports should be theirs in hand. I mean, worst comes to worst, you've got 2 ults in the back pocket to really make this go. You don't have the deadlock utility on this side of the map this time. You're going to realize that here pretty quickly, and so does Nongshim. To their credit, they're completely leaning that side of the map. If RB can win the battle on the flank, and he cannot.
Okay. Well, timeout call. And GE just hitting their shots. Showstopper in towards Persia. Only going to find a tiny bit of damage. Persia.
The confidence difference between their players and our players is so ridiculous to watch, too.
Down here for Nongshim is going to be an immense amount of damage dealt to Global.
Just like, we're so hesitant to do stuff,
Lob it on the net.
and they're just like making decisions,
The kill. Ivy able to
making
find
plays.
another. Swings out.
Okay, we get around. Yay! Good job, team.
And that's going to put Nongshim actually onto an eco. But a lot of ults. I mean, you got Dombi's ult, and that can be a difference maker. No doubt about it. And they would love to find an opportunity to really accelerate. Ivy hanging on to quite a bit of utility here at 8.
Okay, so we're kind of into our anti-eco.
If he wants to pop anything else off this drone.
Going to contact with the outlaw.
Oh, they should have seen the head there.
Follow the outlaw if we want, or
Someone in here for now.
go to the other side of the map if we make contact with too many people.
Does give the not dead yet over to Ban. Ivy eats a bit of spam damage there through the box. Surprisingly, has not sent it with the barrier mesh. I thought maybe that orb taken, so spam. There you go. Now he sends it out.
Yeah.
Then delays for a little bit longer.
Just really wants to wait to make sure it's there for most of the rest of the round.
Well, this once again puts a lot of pressure on RB.
God, we are
Just
so
has a ghost in
slow.
hand.
What the
Digging
fuck?
on the corner here.
We are so slow to do anything. How is it
This is
45
tough for
seconds
GE.
and we have shown
Once RB
zero
sees
control
this,
of the map?
play a little bit of delay.
He's able to get away from the outlaw.
My goodness.
Backpedals waiting for a little bit more noise.
35 seconds. We've given ourselves one shot against an eco round to win this round. We have not killed anybody.
Ultimates as they need to do.
This is going to be a disaster.
Sees to try to hold them back. The Hunter's Fury now going to be invested. Just fishing here for any kind
We
of
are
contact.
not through the choke point. 20 seconds left.
Clear the flash. Swing of the corner. Udathon able to find one. Francis going to be struck down. RB down to 25 HP. Has to frantically backpedal. Gets himself out to safety. Spike plant comes through. And at the same time with a late lurk.
Am I open to coaching a Valorant mobile team? I mean, I don't know.
Should pretty much seal the
I don't
deal
know
here.
anything
Global
about how the
Esports
game
is
plays
able
on
to get it
mobile.
flawless.
I feel like that's kind of a big difference.
Swing coming through. Downby with a nice
If somebody
headshot.
wants to pay me a lot of money to do it, sure.
We need so many more of those. A little bit whiffy. He finds another. Poppy now dead. Persia wrapping around from behind. Gets the audio here on the ban. And as Dombey does fall. He finds it, and that's going to be 2 ultimates now committed here.
Why
Ban
did...
sends that one. The round is secured.
I don't know why Ban ulted there.
Last one, very
Why did Ban ult there?
ball. You've got Annihilation. So many opportunities here. As I could see Ivy just
What?
trying to maybe set up for those angles. Yo, man,
Retrieving flash.
he's got the op too.
There.
Nice pick by Yeoman. This is something that, honestly, I really liked. I liked a lot of the stuff that Yeoman did. He was like a very opportunistic kind of creative player. I like that he picked up the op here. I think this is kind of a nice little thing.
Ivy just trying to maybe set up for those angles. Yo, man,
Retrieving flash.
What's my
He's got the
rank?
op
I
too.
peaked like diamond back in 2023,
Expecting that
and I
aggression.
basically
He's
don't
able to
play
find it
ranked.
once again.
I play ranked to explore agents and play off meta stuff and test abilities. I don't play to rank up. So, yeah.
And we put our sights on RB, who Udathon.
You don't have to be Radiant or Immortal
Francis
at
with
this
the zone.
game.
Unable to find much, and he is going to get spammed out.
But
the
you
end.
do need to study the game. You can't just be like some random dude. You have to like... The reason that I feel comfortable coaching without being a former pro player and without being super high rated is because I've literally watched like 10,000 hours of this game. And I have spent an insane amount of time just studying the game and how it works.
Off the angle, and now down to 5.
Yeah, you do have to have a good tracker store.
This
That's
round
for
is
sure.
over. Nongshim gonna have to try to go for the save.
You have to have 50% headshot
Swap
rate
over,
or
grab that
higher,
op-op with
otherwise
Global Esports.
your team can
They're getting up to
legally
6.
cut your salary.
Yeah.
That is true.
Closer. Boy.
Definitely not fake news.
You have enough for
All right, they get out their own op. We've got Vice ult.
a mostly buy as you got a Guardian. Just had to be bought down for Persia.
Kind of a weird dart, honestly.
Kind of fanning out, but now they're tucking Donbeat with this op into the corner.
I do hope we're gonna drone
It's gonna
this.
be cleared in time. Yep, well, it's cleared by RB from sight.
But they could tell where the bot was going.
Yep. You would think that kind of gives away the script here, but
I do hope we
There's
drone
geometry. They
this.
should know there's going to be a player playing this.
I do hope we
angle.
drone this.
That shot sends him going wide. Tommy frantically needs a bailout here. The bite doesn't go deep enough, but the shock dart layered in with
Fuck
the
this
Clover
kid.
tilt that absolutely will.
Okay, we've used all of our utility to kill the Opera. Not bad.
There's no way to escape. Gets absolutely decimated. France is trying to clear the drone. Now they know that the Odin's going to be in play. He's got the Nightfall ready to rip.
We've given up the entire map.
Trying to find the timing here, but of course the Steel Garden.
We have not broken the deadlock wall. I don't think we've broken the deadlock wall a single time on attack so far.
Similarly can come through from Yeoman. So if you're
Okay,
gonna be
we're
pushing
just
through without
execing
all
with
your units,
Vice
you'll
ult.
know that you're gonna have the weapons
I don't
advantage.
mind that.
So ult
Nice
exchange,
nade.
RB
Good
spotted,
util.
Taken down. Francis. The smoke is dropping. He's got nothing but a cloud.
Honestly, I think we played this okay.
Annihilation committed. Ivy able to find one, but he needs to do so much heavy lifting. Push out, finds himself a second kill, but can get no more. Persia offset. Collects on the one. Shots flying. Yeoman with the.
I think we played that okay. It was kind of a nice freeze and
nice
rehit,
little
actually.
flick there. Now you're finally with how good Nong to go. Donby still with that overdrive. Stinger for him. Bunch of sheriffs. You're maintaining that weapon.
What's the best way to learn and understand Valorant maps? I mean, use your brain. I don't mean that in like a derogatory way, but literally just use your brain. You know, think about the map. Think about how you would like move around the map. What do the choke points mean? What do the angles give you? How do the abilities interact with different parts of the map? What areas of the map seem important to you? Why would they be important? Think about where there are places for traps, where places for utility would go. Watch games. Are people doing that? Why are they not doing that? Or why are they doing what they are doing? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Talk to other people about it. Like a very exhaustive, long process. You just need to observe, you need to ask questions, you need to think about it, you need to just try things out. I mean, I will tell you, like, I've played some really fucking weird comps just to try things out, and sometimes you take little pieces of that and you put it into a strat and it actually works. And then you tweak things and you just kind of experiment and you workshop and you talk about it and you review. It's just like the best way that I could describe being a coach in this game is that there are essentially just an infinite number of problems to fix. The game is about who makes the least amount of mistakes on the day that you play, and there are an infinite number of possibilities as far as like ways to ruin a game or to win a game.
Yudotan has the showstopper.
And you just need to explore options and talk about options and prepare your players to think creatively and think adaptively.
He's going to hold the op at long
and
angle first.
think in the moment how to solve problems.
To make sure that if there's any push out of B,
And you just have to teach them how to solve problems and how to think about
a little bit of noise
trying to
being
solve
created by
problems.
Francis in mid, shifts him in that direction, but still he has the
yeah,
safety.
it's just like it's an endless process.
So he knows that if anybody comes from behind him, he can either get out or turn and face to fight. Smoke does come down to help Ivy out a little bit. Global Esports looking for that response. And they've widely been avoiding this A site because it is so annoying to try to get through Ivy's util.
Ooh, nice try from Yeoman.
Not a moment to spare there. Looks like he's considering a repeat as well.
Yeoman was one of my favorite players to work with. I don't think he was necessarily like mechanically one of the best players. I would say he might be like, he's pretty low as far as the mechanical players that I worked with. Not like his mechanics are bad, but he was one of my favorite players to work with because he consistently asked why during scrims. He asked why during theory and server time. And like, what should we do here? Why should we do this? What about this? Here's another idea. Here's how I'm thinking about the game. If you have players like that really want to think about the game, it's so valuable. So valuable to have players like that on your team. A lot of players just think about the game as far as like, I just shoot stuff and I either win or lose based off of my shooting. And if you have a player who actually like thinks deeply about the game and like why things happen and how reactions are cued and what the other team might be interpreting, like that stuff is so important to the game.
Coming pushing forward. Just around the corner there is Domby. Showstopper now to try to open up the approach here towards A. Barrier mesh holding back Crystal here for the moment. The drone to try to chase forward. Just give a target over to Yuratan.
30 seconds left.
Won't be able to find any. Yo-Man. Ooh, RP.
Nice
really
try.
Jumping right into that shot.
Oh yeah, we lose this round. This is how we lose the map. This is crazy work how we lose this map.
He is able to avoid it. Confirms presence there, the operator, but the spike now planted.
We plant. Everybody plays off site. Well, they have smokes up. We have no elbow control. We have no site control. 5 people off site. We don't have Hunter's Fury. We don't have grenade. We have no mollies. We have 5 people off site. We're playing for spam though.
95.
So surely we can win this, right?
Ton of util here and the overdrive.
We stand in one of the most common paranoia pathways with 3 people.
Bot gonna be sent. Snake bite just to clear out that back box here on the site. Paranoia could be absolutely monstrous, but they haven't said it yet. Now ends up going through. Domby pops the overdrive. Ivy finds one.
And they just stick the spike.
Bot reveal, spotting nothing. Yuratan quick to get a shutdown there on the slide. As Ivy flushes another out of the smoke, and they're just sticking it.
Fucking kill me. That's how we lose the map. Fucking kill me, dude. What the hell is that?
You're seeing it come out in their gameplay, getting the agent compositions come through now, and we've seen that.
Very limited on the info he can gather and the things.
Going to buy.
Hanging in the balance and Nongshim.
The smoke from them was nice. Yeah, the way that they did that retake was nice. Like they prowlered through, off the prowler contact, they paranoia, they dropped the smoke and insta stick is really good from them, but also just hilariously bad from us.
Now in the lead.
All right, Bind. Not one of our better maps, but coming into this, let's see. Let me look at our scrim results. The week before we played Nongshim, we'd played Bind twice. We had beaten a tier 2 team, and then we had lost to a tier 3 team. And yeah. Okay. Not great.
Global Esports.
Let's see how it goes.
On Nongshim's map pick, and as the desk was highlighting, as we saw the agents going through.
We had been playing these two swapped. But Crystal was feeling kind of uncomfortable calling on Deadlock. He was like too hesitant calling on Deadlock, so we put him back on Fade. Yeoman was just like, he'll play whatever.
It's a bit of a weird one, to say the least, from Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, well, both teams making changes, but I think Nongshim's a little more drastic because without the Viper, I think you lose a bit of map control here as Nongshim in terms of, you know, how you can make your rotations happen, how you can set things up. I mean, the traps there are going to give you a little bit of extra information, for example, for this big push out that's coming through short. And you do have now the open teleporter for RB over towards A-Bath. As soon as that trip gets cleared, that might, I thought that maybe would be the ghost signal, but actually they peel back. They opt to not reveal themselves.
And Ban needing to find that shot, eventually he's able to make it happen. Gets the kill there. Ping's coming through. RB4, GE, very well aware of the space that they've given up, but RB still able to win the fight on the...
What a fucking huge duel to lose. One thing I will say is that we did a very bad job at dealing with the Cypher. This is one of the kind of interesting and cool things about this game, is sometimes an agent will fall out of the meta. Like back when this game first came out, Cypher on Bind was extremely common, right? Cypher was like the agent to play, right? You got Cam here, you got for defense you had Cam here, you had like Hookah Cam, you had trips that you would play off of. On attack, you would Cam here or Cam into showers, take control by yourself, Cam long, take long by yourself. But Cypher hasn't been played in a long time on this map. And when you bring back an agent that is like historically proven to be useful on a map, but people don't play it anymore, usually people forget how to play against the agent because they just get habitual in how they react to the agents that they see on a regular basis in ranked. And so, I think they got like an incredible amount of value out of the Cypher just because we had like our players like had forgotten how you're supposed to play against Sage. Yeah, Sage on Icebox, another great example. Like that's one thing, you bring out the Sage and people just like completely forget that you have to trigger the Sage wall and then break the Sage wall before you do anything else in most rounds. And like if teams are not like actively attacking the Sage and trying to get their util out, the Sage feels like the best agent in the game. But then if you actually go back and watch like 2022, it's like there was specific ways that you play against Sage and it made Sage way worse. But if you've forgotten the ways to deal with Sage, you forget how to play against this agent, it can feel like it's incredibly difficult.
Cleared. Coming on the approach there from Heaven. Sends out a net into the corner. And finds one. RB finished off, but Crystal now needing to do everything with 46 HP and 2 players full HP. Now spot.
Okay, so we lose our pistol. I think we're what, 0-3 in pistols now?
You know, a good idea in one part of the moment.
Oh yeah, our eco. This is one of my favorite ecos on this map. You just put everybody here, and then whatever side gets contact, you just go rotate and stack. Fuck trying to guess.
And then in the rest of the round, they got outread.
Who cares about your regular setup? Just run to the site that they're going to.
Better big game picture plan. Whereas GE just not able to get much going. Nothing going to be done about that tap of the spike. Ban going to let it go.
Orb.
Oh, orb. Goodness. Yes, thank you. It's another great day in the life of an old man. It's
That's summer weather.
Yeah, man, it's hot.
Cooking the brain.
Yeah.
No, it's just been miserable.
It's horrible. Oh.
It's a great little opener.
Unfortunately, Ban's patience runs thin, and he gets punished for getting off the angle that he was holding for a minute. Feels bad.
Meanwhile, I'm still a public transportation.
How can they forget to play against Cypher? I mean, there's a lot to think about in the game. You got to remember that these guys are playing a lot of ranked, and they just get in habits of stuff. And it's really important to teach people the skill. Like something that I always emphasize, but I feel like players, like every team I've ever worked with, I emphasize this. And I feel like most players kind of don't take this seriously enough. But when you load into the server, and you see, you know, bind, right? And you see the 5 agents that the other team is playing. The first thing that you should be doing is not talking about what you're going to eat for dinner or even what your pistol round is. You should be looking at their agents and you should say, okay, this comp does this thing well. It does this thing well. It does this thing poorly. And then you talk about it for like 30 seconds, and this should like get everybody on the same page. These are the important things to do against this particular comp. But the amount of people that do this is very low, and I think it's one of the main reasons why, in my opinion, I feel like agent theory in Valorant is at like an infant level still. Even though we're 5 years into the game, people just don't do like very basic shit.
Enjoyer.
They don't take certain parts of the game seriously enough.
Oh yeah, they're nice and air conditioned here. Yeah. But getting
and
there is
just being able to read an opponent comp and know exactly how you need to adapt what you're doing is like such an important skill, right? I see this comp and I immediately know, and the reason that I know this is because I played Dota and Dota 2 and Dota 1 for 15 years, and I analyzed Dota 2, and I worked as a caster and a color commentator, and I coached Dota 2, and then I came over to this game, and I just applied all of that shit to this game. So I look at this comp, and I immediately know the adaptations that we need to make, right? But I can't just call a timeout, and like, I'll talk about these things with the players, you know? This comp does this well, right? Double Senti, okay? Double Senti means we don't want to be playing aggro very often, because when double Senti's on attack, the way that they get value is if you walk into their information, right? Don't walk into their information. Make them hit the site with this comp, because this comp is not very good at hitting sites. Yes, they do have KO. Deadlock Net can be good. Raze is good at hitting sites. But this comp is very, very bad at getting through choke points. So if you look at this comp and your game plan is against other comps to push out B long and flank a bunch and play aggro and like heavy fight showers and teleport on them and stuff like that, because you're used to playing against other comps, and then all of a sudden there's a double Senti comp and you continue to play aggro and teleporting and running it down against them, against this comp, you're going to lose the game. So you have to look at a comp in 45 seconds and diagnose the adaptations to your game plan, and if you can't do that, you're going to be a very mediocre player for the rest of your career.
A Poppy might get one here.
30 seconds left.
That's just the reality of this game.
Clear face, and yeah, he was able to find one. Gets a... Thought he wouldn't have smattering damage, but it really just breaks down some of the armor here. As Paint Shell, that's going to land right on top of Persia, and he is dead to rights. This is a huge potential swing.
Last player
Is already the damage dealt.
It's a great eco round from us.
10
Monstrous.
seconds left.
Yeoman now with the weapon collected.
Heavy, heavy damage.
Flash sent out. Francis
But
gets the...
Francis was fucking
Playing
on
off
one.
that
I'm pretty sure Francis goes like 27-3 or something like that on this map. He absolutely cooked us on this KO.
Right away. Nice deadlock stuff.
Okay, first gun round, very important. We're denying B long with the orb. We've got info here. We've got double deadlock stuff over here. We're not controlling showers. We've got Judge here. Not really sure what our setup is.
Now is Nongshim not sitting too pretty economically. Persia doesn't even have armor as a sheriff. Same with Ivy. Couple regen shields.
Okay, so I think Ban was trying to avoid getting knifed, and then he's going to take this a little bit late with the Judge. I think that's what he's doing here.
Couple phantoms. So much more difficult here to make something happen. Just kind of popping the smokes, using it to Caterpillar to get the ult, get the orb.
RP.
For
Getting the out lurk. Yeoman taken down. Exploration up short here from Poppy. Bit more of a forward trip this time. Trying to get the catch.
He's got a Judge.
To me, right there, that death right there is literally just because we'd swapped Yeoman and Crystal. Because Yeoman was not as comfortable playing the deadlock as he was playing the fade. I don't think that Crystal would expose himself to throw that wall there.
Do they flash their way into this? The answer is no. RB at the same time. We'll find one. Ban can't.
Bro. There's no way we get 0 with the Judge in this position.
The answer is no. RB at the same time. We'll find one. Ban can't get any. Francis down to 12. Still alive. Rocket into the corner. And Mutant just going to be over.
And that's our first gun round.
And who's IGLing is making a big difference, in particular on this map with RB winning on these.
Poppy solo walking down short on our first gun round after losing somebody in showers. That does not seem like a very good response. Yeoman getting picked. The Judge getting 0 in hookah.
Great.
We are
Francis
totally
6-0
cooked.
right now. Guy can frag. We know that.
Totally
We saw it when
cooked.
he was moved off of the IGL role that he could pop off, and he's still doing it.
We do our
So
eco
love to
stack
see that.
again.
Just a tremendous player that Nongshim has.
The series was sad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can like look at the thumbnail, but this is literally the worst game we played the entire year.
One of my favorites.
It was the most important game for us to show up for the entire year, and by far the worst game that we played.
To watch.
So I was extremely mad during this
back
game.
a little bit with some of that util.
There's been maybe some notable noise, but my goodness.
What are we doing? I don't understand.
Force back a little bit with some of that util.
There's been maybe
Just
some
solo swinging. I mean, he's just jump peeking to break the camera. But why? I don't know. Just multi-swing.
Persia.
Why don't we swing together?
Headshot. Yudotan's still going to try to scale forward. RB refilling this space and does lose his head. Potential weapon recovered.
Just a lot of like individual plays going on in this series.
So now A site once again open for the taken because they're quickly trying to pivot. That weapon's going to be left down on the floor out by Fountain. So no further firepower going to be acquired here from Global Esports. 3v4 and maybe get 2 kills. Annihilation feels a bit better to try to go for, but for the moment there's just no shot, and now you don't have the option either.
One enemy remaining.
Ivy, absolutely.
They don't look on the same page. You would be correct.
Just focus on A.
You would be correct. I really do think that probably one of the biggest fuck-ups that I had this year is allowing too many cooks in the kitchen and like not just trusting my intuition in a lot of cases and not being able to convince people of my vision enough, I think was a big problem. Not that I was correct about everything, but I just feel like we were too frantic and trying to make too many changes too often. Trying to solve problems that didn't need to be solved or that need to be solved a different way. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. The year is just so chaotic. I'm getting so fucking depressed watching this because it's just like, oh my god.
Makes it so much more simplified with what
there are so many things that we could have done better
in your post-plant positions. It's
individually, as a team, as a coach.
Esports has to get going.
And you can see that barrier mesh considered for a brief little moment, but now cannot come through as the null command gets popped. Nongshim very quickly scale their way forward here into the site.
Okay, I want to go back and look at this real quick.
So much more against when
so we set up the op early.
In your post
we rotate to A.
They're going to challenge showers a little bit more aggressive.
We have annihilation. We have
than the previous
wall. I feel like we should be walling something while we buy time for this rotation.
Esports has to get going.
And you can see that barrier mesh considered for a brief little moment, but now cannot come through as the null command gets popped.
Do I think Crystal's a good IGL? I think he's very smart, and I think he can be a good IGL in a lot of situations. I think he needs a specific type of team, though. I think we did not set him up particularly well with the personnel that we had and the way that we were designing game plans for him. I think that he has a way that he wants to play the game and a way that he wants to call, and it can be very good if everybody's bought into it. But in stage 1, we had 2 different visions. In stage 2, I don't think everybody was on board with how Crystal wanted to play the game. Crystal wasn't on board how I wanted to play the game. And so there was too much conflict to be really good. But yes, I think he's a very smart player, and he can be a good IGL, but you have to put him in the right system.
Nongshim very quickly scale their way forward here into the site. Fragment into the corner, timing looked for, but shut down. Persia there, facing in towards Lamps, is able to back him up, and Francis finds another Yeoman now, going to be struck down. Crystal fighting back for one more.
I don't know. I mean, right now, honestly, like, I feel like we're making a lot of mistakes, but right now, watching this, I feel like we're just not a team in this game.
Actually, just 4. All that he has. Francis playing up in front of the CZ combo.
Like, we just don't look like we're playing as a team at all.
Already 2 out of control for Global Esports. Just a great play here, using this util. But he's in there. And it's just trying to catch them off guard, trying to get well.
And now it's going to be Glass Cannon. Just for that operator weapon needing to be passed over by Yudotan to try to give them a bit more oomph. That timeout call still not being seen. Span trying to hold things here at Hookah. Net gets the grab. Boombot not able to get the spot, but the shots alone will be able to do so. Ban does well.
I think he gets 1 kill there is pretty good.
Quickly gets traded back now. Double tele.
I don't really know what this teleport is.
Boombot Not able to get the spot, but the shots alone will be able to do so. Ban does well to find one.
Poppy teleports. We don't have any utility that we're throwing for Hookah.
Traded back now. Double teleporter going to be coming through.
Okay, we annihilate.
RB trying to go aggro through the smokes, through the cage. Ends up losing
Okay,
his life.
kind of works. We burn 2 ults for that.
It's going to be a player advantage here for Global.
And then I don't know if we don't hear them leaving or what's happening, but Crystal is not over here to help Yudo. These guys are kind of stuck because of the wall. This just feels very slow. Bad comms.
Yudotan.
Should have taken a timeout by now. I mean, I'm going to be honest. At this point, there was nothing that I could say that was going to help.
Flash. Right as the cross comes in, but on the re-peek, the shot goes right underneath of Francis's feet. And Downby now is trying to find a timing forward here. In towards the defender's spawn, but what? Huh?
What?
In towards the defender's spawn, but
I mean, that is just fucked. Like, okay. Cool. On top of us playing poorly, this type of shit's happening.
what? Huh?
What?
Francis, excuse me.
You see an elbow?
He's going to continue to try to fight this. Wants to see if there's anyone playing close, but they are not. Spike in play. Persia still watching here for a late flank. Shoulder spotted there in heaven. Francis needing the back away as they swiftly get themselves forward here.
I mean, I'll freely say in this game, I had no answers. Like, part of it, like I said, part of it I think is like all the comp changes, all the chaos, not being able to get the mood right, not being able to get the energy right, conflicts within the team, some bad strategic decisions. A lot of the blame for sure is on me, but it's just like the whole situation was like totally fucked at this point, and I don't know how to fix bad motivation, low energy, not good enough comms like in the moment. Like, you know, you can call a timeout and be like, hey, you guys need to communicate this stuff better. Call a timeout, give them a specific plan for a round. Maybe we run it, maybe it kind of gives us confidence, maybe we fuck it up, and then I don't know, like, this was a rough game to coach and watch and play. And it's like in situations like this, like this should be unlosable. This should literally be unlosable, guys. We're in a 3v2.
Swiftly get themselves forward here onto the site and towards the spike.
We have a literal 3v1 against a guy. We're coming through the smoke together, and we can't trade this guy. Like we can't win a 1v3. We're not going to win this map. It doesn't matter what the strat call is. If we can't win a 1v3, the game is over.
I like the idea here. The Nightfall to set up this push out from the TP. It's similar to what we saw on their
like what is this?
From the TP,
what is this spam?
To what we
That's
saw
so fucked up.
On their eco. I mean, just a great gravity well there. They have to check. Francis even better, and he's standing up and he's letting them know because quick reaction here.
Ridiculous.
And thrown out because they were already out of there. Yeah, I mean, and again, this is a map that is Nongshim's playground, and it's some good flashes. But that round, he had all of his util gone.
13-1-2.
Yeah,
is Francis.
He's having a map. Now you're on an eco. You lost that op. You lost all that investment as Global Esports.
Well, another null command going to be popped. He's able to build these up so quickly. Downby looking to try to push forward. Yeoman doesn't manage to find one. RP.
Yeah. Snowball's on. They've got better weapons. Okay, this round is over too.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
Play here from.
If we're gonna come back in this map, we have to win the next round.
Round is over.
Okay, so this is a round that we stole from Fennel. Basically, like, you deadlock wall And then whichever side you hear the more people shooting the wall from, you deadlock net that side, and then you ult it with Brimstone. This is a play that we stole from Fennel because they ran it against us. And I think it worked like every single time we ran it in scrims. Pretty sure we don't get any kills on it this
At that
time.
point, do have an annihilation for Ivy. The orbital strike for Poppy as well. They're clearing that so fast, and they're trying to make
Very,
a play
very, very late response. Like, I'm telling you in scrims.
The orbital strike for Poppy as well.
Okay, and also, I guess I should say again, I think this is another situation where it's like, if Crystal's playing the deadlock, we probably do this combo correctly, because we did it like a bunch of times, but we switched these two guys because, you know, of comfort, for calling for Crystal and confidence. And so we're a little bit late. The communication is not as good between these two. So we're late on the combo. We end up just
Clearing that
wasting
so
our Brim
fast,
ults.
and they're trying to make a play off of it, but
We also netted one side and Brim ulted the other side, I'm pretty sure.
all that's really going to do is buy you some time. You weren't able to combo.
It's like we're actually just fucking up like really basic
I
stuff
mean,
at
you're
this
stalling
point.
Nongshim. I'd love to see Nongshim spread the map a little bit now. They're going to keep challenging, and they're going to pay the price.
Okay. Kill found, looking for the bounce. It's going to be the grab there on the Yeoman. Showstopper to force them back as they try to get the spray out, and they are able to do so. So the rescue is in. Yeoman survives. As the dust settles, and
Do
it's
get
a
a
player
kill.
gone for Nongshim, and a nullified ultimate with Yutan collecting another. Ivy now taken down over at short as well. Spot on one. Quick kill from Crystal. As Haunt sees nothing further. Francis. Oh my god. Quick to readjust. Shot goes wide here from Yutan suddenly. 2v3.
No trade. Hello?
As Haunt sees nothing further. Francis. Oh my god. Quick to readjust.
Poppy gets
Shot
caught in
goes wide here from
rotation.
Yutan
No
suddenly.
trade.
2v3.
God damn.
Francis looking for the opening and cannot make it happen. Ban
Thank God Ben wins
barely
that.
survives the fray.
But they
Pink's
know.
coming down. Teleporter available here for two players. As Persia, the vet of the squad, looking to try to clutch this out.
Recovering it.
TP comes through. Nebula popped. 12 seconds remaining here in the round. Persia needing to get this
10
plant down.
seconds left. I have the spike.
See Cosmic Divide. Plant, okay.
Should just have it, but he really took that to the
All right, we get the round. Let's go.
And I mean, that's exactly you learn your lesson from that round.
Okay,
So,
we go with the Nats ult with the Raze
I
backup.
think as Nongshim, you hopefully learn your lesson from that round. Viper's Pit going to be used on towards B. And
Crystal gonna early rotate
have
to A.
a ton of util to just clear that out. So you would expect GE to set up their strong side over at A. And you kind of just have to fight for it, potentially, as Nongshim, unless somehow RB
Taking that back.
finds another miracle and kills the Viper while they're in their pit.
Natural out.
and shot not connecting. Good info gain.
Pretty rare whiff from Yutan,
M
honestly.
goes forward, clears out Hookah. Still wanting to try to fight into the pit. And I mean, you can get any kind of beat on this Viper. That Showstopper could be huge value, but how do you find him? What are you meant to do?
You watch it fight.
0 point.
Got a
Jump
4-person
close to
stack.
Dive, and oh, he's right there at his feet, dummy. Give it a sight for the cause, but now the smoke anticipating Cosmic Divide going to be invested here. The approach around from the back noted. This plant gets ready to come through, and Ivy quickly
Jesus.
drags across, finds the headshot. Poppy struck now.
I mean, again, it's like, okay, we stacked the correct site. We have 4 people here and a Viper's Pit, and we're still gonna lose this round,
A beat on this Viper. That Showstopper could.
right?
You watch it fight.
0 point.
Probably we want somebody taking first contact before ban. Since we have a pit, we want to keep the pit alive.
Paint shell close to dive in, and oh, he's right there at his feet, dummy. Give it a sight for the
Okay, ban goes down, gets the trade with Danby at least. Crystal floods in, gets a kill, gets
cause, but now
traded. 3v3. Poppy teleports. We need to be communicating. Okay, if he's going to come through, these guys need to be fighting forward. But realistically, he probably needs to delay coming out until these guys take contact. But he's just going to go ahead and run through, try and take a duel.
The smoke, anticipating Cosmic.
They don't have to look at anything in front of them because of the cosmic divide, so they can just turn around and shoot him as he comes through the teleporter.
From the back, noted. This plant gets ready to come through, and Ivy quickly drags across, finds the headshot. Poppy struck down. And now
We don't really
locked off
coordinate the two halves of our team at all.
And one of them with an operator.
Concealment.
Barrier mesh.
And Nongshim is just way more proactive, way more on the same page than us.
Pushes up into the nebula, nothing spotted there. Swinging around the back, and this has been lent zero credence whatsoever.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we get cooked. We have the correct read, but we get cooked anyway. Shout out Nongshim, I guess.
And, they
for
are
a good exec.
just so well disciplined in most of these rounds. The only round they lost, it just
Showers control,
everything else
break
has been
cam,
so clean.
deny the RB lurk,
Even then,
Even if they aren't clean, they're just
shift somebody
winning
over to
crazy
B,
battles.
hopefully.
even then, it still looked like they were capable of winning that round, but they lost.
Yeah.
We're showing
Just a
heavy
bit of a
long.
scrape.
Yep, okay, here's the shift. Macro wise, we're doing
Looking
fine.
to reinforce this B site, but Nongshim more than happy to go ahead and rotate off this position.
Kind of curious. What the plan is
Okay,
here.
we re-clear
for
B.
Doesn't have the cam right now.
Okay, good.
from
We should
Persia
now
over,
shift
though.
over to A. We should definitely be shifting over to A now.
Great read right now. They've got showers
Okay, we're a
control.
little bit late, but honestly
They're gonna
doing
have to
okay.
have some big step ups from Yudotan and Poppy.
Catch on the one, paint shell to try to delay.
Good response from Yudotan.
Finding another nice headshot there on Ivy. Puts the
Yudo
spike
gets
down on the
3.
force. Yudotan is just absolutely.
Kind of just
Little
solo wins
setup.
us around. But we
Shutting
played the
it.
macro pretty well. Our util was good.
So you'd love to get that. You're one away from another no commit.
We need some major changes, lol. See the VODs make me realize that. Like, I really love how you tried to lead them, but they need a totally different approach. Frost seems like the right direction the team really needs, and I'm kind of happy that they went in that direction. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any ill will towards them. I understand why they decided the way that they did. When I submitted they asked me to like give them a pitch for my vision for the next year. So I gave them some rosters based off the criteria that they asked me to do. One of those teams even had Frost as the head coach. So I fully agree that I think he's a good coach. I will say that I think I got very, very fucked by a lot of other circumstances. And at no point did I really have like the control of the team that I needed. But it is what it is. And so I can't be too salty about it. I definitely could have done a better job. I'm not going to run away from responsibility either, but I definitely got very, very fucked by the situation that I was put in, which is just unfortunate because I think that I could have done a lot better if I had had a little bit more support of the universe, of the org, and yeah.
Man for Francis.
But again,
Love
like
to get
I
that
think
org.
I think that going Frost is a totally
See
good
there?
decision for the org.
Trying to challenge a bit for
So
it.
that's fine.
Trying to keep Crystal at bay as best as they can.
Plenty of noise being made there. Your point didn't.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, Agent, the team doesn't respect me enough. Part of the reason for that is because I came in as the assistant coach. I had to go to the head coach. And then the org never announced me as the head coach to the team. Like, they never had a meeting with the team where it was like, hey, this is your head coach. They never gave me, like, they told me that they gave me the responsibility and they told me, like, yeah, you're the head coach now. But at no point did they actually, like, really reinforce that with the team. And you'll notice that in season 2, when they were asking me who they wanted to hire as an assistant coach, and I gave them exactly who I wanted as an assistant coach, the only options that they gave me were former head coaches with a proven track record. And I was happy to work with MCE, but when when management is hiring a head coach as an assistant coach, it kind of sends a message to the team also, right? And again, that's totally fine. I literally, even before going into stage 2, I told them, if you guys want to hire a head coach, do it now, right? Do it now. I offered to be the assistant coach in stage 2. They told me I was the head coach, but then again, they never really like there was no announcement at any point in the year that, hey, this guy's the new head coach. Like, there's, I don't know. That part has always pissed me off. Because I really feel like at no point, despite being told that I was being trusted with the head coach job, was I actually being trusted with the head coach job. So it definitely felt like my authority was permanently being questioned by like everybody, while also being told that I was the authority. So it was not a great situation in that regard. But again, like, I'm not going to complain too much, because the opportunity to get into VCT and do this for a living was very awesome. I just wish that I'd actually been able to do my job to the best of my ability. And I don't think that I was able to do that, again, just because of so many other factors that were outside of my control.
So this might catch them off guard now, realizing that there's two players here. At the same time, trying to get the spot here in towards Hookah. Ivy just around the corner. Now Francis, they've just given up the space. No one really paying attention to that one, but Ban certainly is making up for it here. Sounds on the pipe to try.
Where will Crimmy go? Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeoman by himself on the A site as the approach gets ready to come through.
They probably should just pick up the whole Talon team.
The re-wrap.
Whoever is the team that replaces Talon should probably just pick up the Talon roster.
Suppressed, swings out, finds one.
But I don't know if that will happen.
Persia on the floor.
Hey coach, you did a very good job. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say I did a great job, because if I did a great job, we probably would have made playoffs.
Time and space there. Able to remove the net. RB spam down to 15, frantically backpedaling as Francis finds Ban, but now needs to do it all.
2v1.
Spot on the one. Finds a shot and just
nice. We got around.
That kill right. Let's see if Global Esports can get 4 here. Can have a showstopper still. Can have that op again, and it's a weaker buy for Nongshim. You do have an annihilation for Nivy. Oh man, spotted. You know he has his ult too, so see how they want to play off the back of that. Well, they're happy to try to stack up to try to challenge the deadlock.
Okay, we've got the operator. We've got 2 ults to fight them.
You don't know where that is yet.
Gonna send the net. Cage gets the spot on the RB.
This is nice.
There's a showstopper as
Good
well.
punish.
Zombie only able to trade once, so in the end, it's a trade.
Retake of showers. I like that we're playing proactively, retaking the space.
Looking well poised to get themselves a 4th round. They desperately try to rescue this half as much as they can.
Still a little bit of time to play with, but as you can see, Global Esports is able to lean towards A because of Ban's position. He hasn't seen or heard anything in a while. It's gonna have to be really clean here from Nongshim. And this op is a real problem. Gonna have to have a good flash from Francis. They're just taking their time.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
nice little tuck back. There's annihilation going to be sent, but Ivy held at bay here for now.
Look at Ban, he's so quick.
Okay, Ban can win this round with the flank. Ooh, Poppy gets caught here. Big problem. Crystal spamming to try and break it. Great timing from Persia.
Man,
getting caught by this ult is
annihilation going to be sent,
tough,
Ivy
man.
held at bay here for now.
Look at Ban, he's so quick.
He might still want to try to
this
send
is a rough way to lose this round.
That's going to be Poppy.
But again, like, we got to be yelling to each other. Yo, 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 stay alive, stay alive. These guys need to be communicating. These guys need to be communicating. Hey, I got a really good timing. Stay alive. There probably was some of that, but, like, we're kind of still just, like, fighting for the site as he's closing in on the flank.
Annihilation going to be sent, but Ivy held at bay here for now.
Look at Ban, he's so quick.
He might still want to try to send this. Goes for the bounce and actually does get a grab. That's going to be Poppy. Getting dragged forward, and they're now able to find a timing. The swoop in from Showers, Spike getting planted. Yutan trying to interrupt. Cannot do so. He's able to only find one. Torch now from Ban.
Okay. Safe hands from Yuto and Ban. 8-4 is recoverable. 8-4 is recoverable. We kind of bounced back at the very end. After the timeout, we did okay. Game plan, we must get a pistol. We must win the pistol. That was the message. We need to win the pistol here.
You know it's going to be layered across multiple sites. and there's going to be traps just everywhere. So Dombi just taking a peek. Star is there, and that is just enough for him to back off. Doesn't want to mess too much with that without seeing anything. Looking for a quick piece of damage. Boombot's going to get the confirmation. Tap of the orb, and now you're getting quick rotations here from Nongshim. They've got
Okay, yeah, we've shown only A pressure so far.
Yeah, if they could just stop it, but
we just need to freeze. Okay, again, bro, the amount of times that we do this is unfucking believable. We take all of the space, we use a bunch of utility, we use a bunch of bodies, and then we just fully leave without a deposit. I don't know how many times I talked about this. I don't know how often we did this, but it just never got fixed.
Global Esports.
It is so annoying to watch this happen.
However, it's got the trip just here below, and with the barrier mesh set up outside by Fountain, Ivy says, okay,
Like,
well, I can
the call is good. We're mid-rounding correctly, but we should just have somebody here. We should have somebody here, because this knife tags somebody, and they don't rotate. We don't need 5 people to hit the B site. 4 people's enough. 1 person can hold their entire stack here and maybe get a lurk kill.
Through.
Who should we deposit? It straight up doesn't matter. Probably the Rays, honestly.
Peek the spot.
Probably the Rays or the... Yeah, probably the Rays.
The net flying, able to avoid that one. He backpedals. He has a net of his own. Just trying to rebound forward into this one. As sees nade goes in towards Cubby, but he's just going to look to try to hold this one. As Yudotan's just landing right on top of his face, but Persia at the same time is collecting 3 kills. Francis finds another.
And we're just too slow, man. We're just too slow.
Peek the spot. The net flying, able to avoid that one. He backpedals. He has a net of his own.
Also, like, in this situation, if we have 1 person waiting here, and we see 3 people here, boom, we can teleport and instantly go to the other site. This is just too, it's too all in. And yeah, if we're gonna do it this way, we need to do it Paper X style, which is literally you just stomp the entire way and you just don't stop. You literally just run it down.
Top of his face, but Persia at the same time is collecting 3 kills.
Just long enough time they get there. That is absolutely bonkers, dude. Yudotan clearing that trip. Camera right behind it.
Over there.
Yo, man. Tough spot.
Oh. Well, if nothing else, Yudotan continues to deliver when it comes down to these sheriff shots.
He's hitting.
Well, Cam is spotting. Finds many.
That is an insane play to make from Danby. I honestly cannot believe Nongshim tried to do that.
Players that just kind of swing their own one way.
It's gonna work, but it's so ridiculous. I guess the flash was pretty good, but re-fighting into close range on your anti-eco just seems insane to me.
Ban hits that one. He's looking for a little bit more, but RB gets swung into the corner. He's got no idea where Persia could be from here.
Did we consider Poppy to Astra use on Bind? No, not really.
Backpedaling. Because they are just out for blood. Really giving him an opportunity. As Ban hits an absolute pelter of a shot.
They're trying to throw the round to us.
But he needs another.
They're trying to lose the round right now.
Will absolutely tear him to bits.
Persia made some noise there.
Does Ban win? I don't think so.
No idea where the
actually no. I think he does. I think he does.
The time is dwindling. Ban needs to just win this one here, and will get spotted.
Okay.
Okay, they tried to flash underneath the wall.
He set the flash. If the cage blocks it, and then he sends another flash and just team flashes RP.
I just don't like challenging that stack in that manner.
Oh, what a trap! Crystal is able to get away.
Nice trap by them.
Though somehow, some way.
Somehow Crystal survives.
On the
Pretty amazing.
Is rushing forward. A bit more damage. layered
They're
in there.
persistent.
RP is going to be the one to collect it.
They're very
Beautifully
persistent.
Set up, but just take
I really don't like how we just don't react
there,
to
and
this,
RP
though.
is going to be the one to collect it. Beautifully set up.
I guess we take B
Take
space,
a
which is
little bit of
fine.
additional effort to be able to go ahead and secure the kill.
We definitely need to get some utility out here.
Okay.
Okay. Take that. Again, please just deposit somebody here. Just deposit somebody. Their reclear is not good, right? They don't have a fade, they don't have a sky, they don't have a gecko. Just deposit somebody here. Come back, make noise, then make a choice. Are we going A? Or are we going B?
Sure. I mean, they did it to you enough on Corrode. I think it's fair you get some back. But now you're kind of left not knowing much on the map other than short. Still has a trip. Still has that smoke that's going to be there. Tucked into the corner. It's going to be Domby. Francis playing the angle.
Fragment to try and delay here. Holds them back for the moment. Final pulse goes out. RP netted in the corner. The lone Phantom quickly overwhelmed. Francis attempting some
Good
spam
scale.
shots.
We're
That'll be
scaling as a
eventually gonna be
team.
taken
We're
down
fighting as a
Francis
team.
needs to backpedal. Ben watching the back angle here from Lamps. Quickly collects it, and that leaves Ivy now to try to see if he can deliver some additional damage. On itself.
This one, I mean, that can at least, you know, maybe do one, tuck into the corner, and then the
Okay,
flash comes
we've
out.
got Raise Rocket. So in scrims, we would immediately be using this ability. Let's see if we actually use this. And the way that we would use this, probably it would be a showers crunch, like the Paper X style, where you dog an eye here, you deadlock net here, you wall up, and you send the raise through with smoke, 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 and you just collapse on the showers people, and then, you know, play your post. So let's see if we actually do that.
GE just a little bit ahead in terms of the pacing on that round.
Oh, here it comes, up and over the top, and Domby just cannot track it fast enough, and RP. He can't finish off the job either.
Okay, so we do use the Raise Rocket. I guess instead of doing the showers collapse, we're just going for like a full-on site exec, which I guess I don't mind either. It's definitely harder to do with no flashes, so it's kind of dangerous, but at least we use the rocket immediately, which I think is good.
What movement?
Yeah, quick little flush forward there. Crystal able to go ahead and spare Udaton's life.
Honestly, they should just save.
I think Crystal's IGL is not that effective. I disagree. I mean, I think, like I said before, I think he can be a good IGL, but it needs to be with like the right team and the right system. A lot of, you know, a lot of this game, like people will judge a player's performance or an IGL's performance like based off of just, you know, a game-to-game thing. But so much of the actual performance of players is determined by the system that they're in, the team that they're in, the coach that they have, the way that they interact with each other. And I will say that I don't think I was the best coach for Crystal. I think that is fair to say. I think that the way I wanted us to play and the way that some of our players wanted to play did not gel with how Crystal wanted to call the game. And so I think that we didn't necessarily enable him to call his best games, but also I think he didn't really totally fit the rest of the roster, and or at least some parts of the roster, as far as like how to call the game. So we definitely had a bit of mismatch of that.
There's
Well, they
no
absolutely
reason.
should. I mean, Persia, he's already starting to.
So
tuck
I
back
do
over
think
towards
that Crystal is a
B
very
side.
smart player. He's got good mechanics. But I don't think we
Look, maybe
maximize his
Francis is
potential
feeling it.
as a caller and as a player.
He's looking to try to roll the dice here. Let me see if he can catch somebody out into the open on an exit, but yeah, with the spray of the box, nothing going to be found. It'll just be the slow creep away here as the three players just have to go on the save. So Global Esports, 2 in a row, get themselves now up to 6.
It's a very nice start.
All right.
From
We're playing
Udokan.
some attack.
Shots. Okay.
We're playing some attack.
It's just RB with the ghost. The 3 pistols you're able to keep over. RB's got his ult, but let's see what they want to do.
Looks like we're holding for aggro. and then we're probably going to go into B-long control.
Two of your rifles right at this door. Swing out.
And they both
Okay, we punished the aggro. That's good.
Poison's off.
Now, realistically, we should probably just be grouping as 5 and going to A.
I'll be able to just go ahead and solo dispatch them. Francis now going to try to fill this space. Phantom in hands, creeping onto the angle. Yeoman just there, out of sight. Slowly drifts back, but they have the players in the right positions for the most part here to try to counteract this as Haunt does go out. 0 point allows for Tommy to push forward, training out that Bucky now for a Phantom. Main shell goes into the corner. Nothing found there. Net going to be lobbed in. Blast pack up and over the top, and this time Tommy does manage to nail the shot. Blast pack's forcing the back. Pain shell now.
Dude.
Blast pack up and over the top.
Oh my god. This right here, this round is literally just, this explains the entire problem with the team. Udaton goes in, 3 people bait each other, nobody scales, nobody communicates.
Nothing found there. Net going to be lobbed in. Blast back up and over the top, and this time Dami does manage to nail
No
the
utility
shot.
coordination.
Forcing the back. Pain shell now going to be thrown as they look to try to hold this line.
One enemy
And
remaining.
Dami, a bit of a gift there from beyond.
Udo doesn't say that he's going, so the utility's late. Everybody's baiting each other.
On the grave over to RB. But as he wraps back to the spawn, he's not going to have a weapon here in hand. Ban on the teleport. Question is, RB, what do you try to do?
It's a tough choice.
30 seconds
I
left.
suspected this is going to be a rewrap. The plant is now in. You can tell that he's very much considering trying to go for this one, but in the end, it's going to have to try to play this one out with just the ghost. Ban tucked away, and RB getting ready to walk right into his line of sight. Shots flying. He knows the position, and he will not.
Okay, thankfully
Swing
we
out
win
of
the
loop
round.
From France at point. RB narrator or Domby one away from a showstopper. Cosmic divide.
Thankfully we win the round. Okay, we've got Poppy's ultimate. So we also have a version of our Showers Crunch that we do with the ult. Now, back when we were doing it with Sky, we would Skydog like this, and off of contact with the Skydog, we would ult here, and we would double blast pack in the backside and just fight into this area with the Brimstone ult. So let's see if we use our Brimstone ult in an exec.
Tons of retake potential here. Like to see Nongshim be a little bit more safe on this round. Especially with that op. Nice.
Well, Domby twice in a row now, able to find him. Showstopper going to be lobbed in. That's going to be Oman. Struck down as well.
No spike.
Spike hits the floor, and orbital strike is an absolute whiff.
Crystal had already TP'd. Already back over. You're in trouble now. This is
Not my favorite
way
exec
more
that I've
difficult without
watched.
being able to find those opening kills. No sentinel found. That's all the util.
We have one smoke remaining as well.
Yeah.
Needing to find an opener through.
Well, the thing is, Agent, like, I feel like our macro is not bad in a lot of cases, and obviously all of the players on our team can shoot. So, like, the biggest problems were in, like, the micro stuff. Like, the micro comms, the micro coordination. Generally speaking, I think our overall macro and understanding of how to do things is pretty good, but, like, there's a lot of breakdowns of, like, the interpersonal communication and, like, the chaotic moments, the quick decision making between one or two people to come up with, like, a play on the fly. Like, that type of stuff was something that we really struggled with. The overall ideas and, like, I feel like Crystal's, like, pre-barrier calls were often pretty good. I think that, you know, some of our individual mechanical stuff is very good, but the actual coordination between the players was just
the Showers position.
not where it needed to be a consistent
There's hope for
team.
Global Esports.
Prowler spammed out. Domby working his way onto the line here. Here's the exit of the one. They do leave Poppy in position. This could potentially catch him off guard as they rescale back forward. Taunt sent. Oh, known. Crystal hitting a stray shot there onto RB, and Domby has to reposition. He's going to be playing a very tight-knit angle now. Here it's short. There's the push out. He's able to nail the shot. Ban now dead. The spike stranded. Poppy all alone in a 1v4, and he's going to be.
And we're kind of just hesitating before going through chokes.
This map,
But
Showers is dealt with.
we also gave ourselves a big hill to climb here to come back into this game.
He's going bonkers. This is absolutely going crazy. Oh my god.
Nobody else does this. There's the net. Nothing really to try to play off of this here, though. You don't have a nade.
Thoughts on Poppy's playstyle? I think Poppy plays a little bit too much like a sentinel these days. I think smokes generally need to be pretty aggressive these days, especially like Omen. And I think Poppy's a little bit more like a sentinel the way that he plays, which, depending on how the meta goes, could be good. But I think he's a little bit too safe.
Are they going to try to net at the star?
Oh, they're going to try to flash their way out of this one.
Spike down, B.
Net now going to be lobbed in. The reflash, the re-peek, and the kill is not coming through. Oh, a bit of egg on the face there as the Ban dropping down, steadies the aim, finds the kill. RB trying to swoop forward to catch the timing. And Ban still there to hook
This was
up.
a good response from us. We handled their trap really well. We had a nice little push-pull on the actual site hit. It was solid.
This is, oh god, the extra space. Dried up. So, got firepower. It's going to be RB with
Don't tell me we're going to lose another eco
Ghost
round.
again, but 3 Sheriffs and a Stinger for Ivy.
We've got so many ults.
But clear. One closer to that annihilation, so if Ivy find a little joy with the Stinger, could be a game changer.
Yeah. Poppy's insane when he doesn't have to think about what he's doing.
On this round,
Like in the context of a team, when he's in a 1v3, he like literally might be the best player in the world.
nobody
But
home from Global Esports.
when he has to think about like how his utility is supposed to work with his
Sheriff
teammates
peak.
and how he needs to like
so many alts for
coordinate with
Yeah.
so and so going in, so
Quick
like
backpedal.
he's
Minor damage suffered. So
thinking too
still
much, I think, some of the time.
Very much in the round.
As Nongshim, this would be a great round if you could, I mean, obviously you'd win it, but if you can get a couple of these ultimates out of GE's hands.
What are my views on Ban? I think he was very useful to us in terms of like he was unafraid to be the first guy in a lot. That's one of the reasons why we played like Clove on Corrode and why we played ISO is because we needed somebody to go in with Uditon because none of our other players were like, they didn't have like that dog in them to like, you know, just run it down. We had Crystal likes to play kind of like baity, which again, this is not a bad thing, but Crystal likes to play kind of baity. He likes to play for his utility. He likes to sit in the back and trade. Yeoman is like a very supportive player. He likes to throw utility for people and sort of like refrag and trade them. And Poppy is a very sort of like anchor type player. So we have three people who do not want to follow. They don't want to go in first. They want to go in last. And if we didn't have Ban, we literally would have just been throwing Uditon in, watching him die, and then trying to reset the round, which is actually what happened on a lot of the maps. So we needed somebody to go in with Uditon, and it's why we put Ban on the ISO, on the Clove, and why putting him on like the Viper and the Sentinel and stuff like that was not working that well for us. Even though we picked him up to be a Sentinel, we realized very quickly that if he was on Sentinel and he was lurking all the time, then Uditon was basically just going in by himself and being baited, and then we were having no space and not getting onto the site. We had to kind of like rethink how we were actually configuring the team to make sure that we had people in the right spots to like play the macro game correctly.
Love to get an annihilation and a nightfall.
Well, Ban's just gonna end up walking right into this one. Just didn't look down.
"30 seconds left."
Don't look down as a mantra for people mountaineering, and
I was gonna say, did Ban just
this
watch
is
watch Nope recently?
What just happened here?
well, Ban's just gonna end up.
He'd love to get an annihilation and a nightfall.
Well, Ban's
He thought the trip was next to him.
just gonna end up walking right into this one. Just didn't look down.
Didn't hear the trip or something? I'm not totally sure what's happening in this round.
I mean,
This feels like oh my god, we're coming back, guys. We can actually win this round, or we can actually win this map. We can actually like come back in the series. And we look at this buy and we're like, oh god, we better not lose an eco round. Like we just need to make sure that we play this really safe. And I feel like we're playing this too safe.
you'd win it, but if you can get a couple of these ultimates out of GE's hands, you'd love to get an Annihilation and a Nightfall.
Oh, Ban's just gonna end up walking right into this one. Just didn't look down.
Seconds left.
Don't look down as a mantra for people mountaineering, and
I was gonna say, did Ban just
this
watch
is,
watch Nope recently?
oh boy, well.
Nightfall went into literally nothing just to try to sell a fake. It didn't do anything.
Oh, not after that peak, it's not. Man does still manage to find one Nebula.
12
Gonna be popped
seconds.
up. Persia here at Tube trying to hold the line. Cannot. Francis being burnt to a crisp. Looks for a shot of the Poppy. Cannot make it happen. Jump out the
Oh my god, I
transfer.
remember this play.
And Dambi finds 3. Paint Shell immediately gonna
What
be
a
lobbed in.
crazy
Crystal
play
gonna be
from
held back,
Dambi.
tagged up, tries to send out the haunt, but there it is. Just like the map before. They
God, that's a sad way to lose.
They're doing. Zombie is right there, so fast, out of the tunnel. And Smeagol, and he
That's
just
so
takes
sad.
2, takes the round. Now he's got a showstopper.
Oh, and he caught a glimpse, and that's just bad. Dead. This time, not much that he could have done other than to be in a different area code at the start of this.
Great utility from Francis. Good response.
Annihilation going to be sent. Attempted to bounce forward. Francis.
He gets 2 somehow while being netted.
The dragon, the kill found.
Oh boy.
An ult of his own, sending it out. Grab, not coming through. Barrier match going to be lobbed.
Poppy just walking by himself, trying to take space. Yeoman going for the plant, not coordinating well.
Just nowhere to go. The double round
I don't mind him
through
going
labs.
for the play there, but
He's looking to meet RB. As he
puts
catches
Yeoman
the
in a
glimpse
bad
just around the
situation.
corner. And now the teleporter to just go ahead and give him the full surround. Your man sees one,
Nice try.
clips him, backpedals, and Dambi.
And that's the end of the season.
Did for Nongshim.
That's the end of the season. There is one more game. Obviously, we played DRX, but the game doesn't matter because we're eliminated at this point. I will still go over this game tomorrow, I believe. There's not a lot to talk about. But yeah, I mean, we finished this series and it just felt like we kind of just like mentally collapsed. Like we really didn't have the killer instinct that we needed to win. And it was just disappointing. It was disappointing because we put in so much time and work and like everybody tried really hard. But when it really mattered, I feel like we just kind of didn't have it. So it just sucked. And obviously as a coach, it felt like a huge failure. In spite of like, a variety of things that I couldn't control, there was obviously a lot of stuff that I could control. So I basically spent the next like couple of days just thinking about like all the ways that I fucked up. And then we, prepped for DRX and we had fairly low motivation going into the game. And it looked like we were probably just going to get like 13-0, 13-0'd by DRX, but then MC got really pissed at how everybody was kind of acting and was essentially just like, you guys are going to embarrass yourself on stage. You need to, play this last match with pride. And so we kind of like challenged the guys. Like, I know that you guys are out. I know it's very depressing, but I guarantee that none of you wants your last game to be an embarrassment. So let's give it everything that we've got. DRX was, just a better team. But at least we made it pretty close. 13-10, 13-10. But yeah, we'll watch this tomorrow and we'll just kind of close out the season. I'll give my final thoughts and stuff like that. and can watch now, I don't really want to. I'm not gonna lie, that depressed me again. So I'll come back and watch it tomorrow. But yeah. What's my thoughts on Autumn? I mean, I think he's a skilled player. I think it seems like a pretty good pickup for GE. I just don't really know what I don't know what the roles are going to be on the team. So I'm curious to see what the final roster looks like and like what the roles are. Because there seems to be quite a bit of role overlap with the current people that they have. But I don't know. I'm a Frost believer, and I think that if GE really kind of like gives him control of everything and lets him just do what he wants, that they'll probably be a decent team this year. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and you know, hanging out, reliving the pain, and we will see you guys tomorrow. See you later.